all we can really do right now is go in and figure out what happened. There's obviously those 3 rooms that we need to work about and see what we can make of how the criminal got in and done his deed and got through all the security. Of course, there was the blackout. That was kind of a concern because we don't know if that was how the murderer managed to get through all the security. They managed to do something. Very interesting. You can even wonder if Wesker committed suicide and pretended that there was someone there. It'd be pretty crazy, but these games often are. It was like what the answer was. Yeah. Been watching other people's playthroughs, and I must say I am very happy with my collection of the Gumshoe Gab shards, because I have yet to watch another playthrough that found a Gumshoe Gab shard that I did not. But I have seen plenty Gumshoe Gab shards not being found, which is really strange. It's almost like they just mistook what they were looking at for something else, because it can be a bit concerning sometimes looking at, you know, just a light and not having any sort of like crosshair telling you that it's interactable like that. Surveillance monitor.
This is truly...
There's an astonishing number of monitors. It looks like everything to the lab is observed from here. Can't see anything on the monitors because it's black.
You know, and then, you know, interesting stuff. Here we have the boss. Taking down the man Nessie.
Yuma, I'm glad you're safe. I can't handle seeing anyone else covered in blood.
And yeah, we already have nothing.
Tetsuhiko, are you alright?
Yeah, I'll manage. Someone punched me in the face during that scuffle earlier.
Really?
They damaged my precious moneymaker. Damn it! So, what do we do now? We can't stay here for too long.
Right.
Well, we are all here.
Damn.
I can't use my disguise out of my backpack. Damn it. What should I do? There has to be a way. There must be something, anything.
Halara, what brought you here?
I was preparing to sneak into that restricted area we discussed. But just as I was about to leave, the chief told me about the death threat. So I headed to Amaterasu with everyone else and snuck into the lab. After that, the chief told Vivian and I to investigate the area. I didn't think it would end up this way. We should have
Why did you
stayed
think it would
together
end
as a group.
What's the chief's condition?
We've provided first aid, but
Will he survive?
I'm sorry. I don't know the right lie to tell you at this time.
How about not lying?
So, the chief...
In any case, it's only a matter of time at this rate. We must get him out of here as soon as possible. But that's no easy task. We took out some of the peacekeepers, but many are still around. And Yomi managed to disappear. I wonder if he took advantage of the confusion and ran away.
Oh, we saw that in the cutscene.
It's unlike him to quietly retreat. He'll return here soon with many more of his underlings.
Then we need to leave this facility right away!
The gate to the lab has been sealed off. Thanks to that, we can't even leave the building. The elevator to the ground level has been disabled too. We have no place to run.
No place to run?
Oh, that's not good, is it?
We need to get the chief out of here as soon as possible, but Yomi and the peacekeepers won't allow it. What to do? How can we resolve this situation?
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know we were just going to enjoy ourselves. It's quite a peculiar time to do so, but hey, I'm down. Why not? Yeah, you go.
Fubuki, are you alright?
Sounds like she's more than alright.
Yes, I will be well once I rest a bit. However, my inexperience resulted in the chief.
It's not your fault. You tried your best to help. I was bewildered and confused, and you brought me all the way here. Thank you so much. I'm the one who's still inexperienced. He was right there. I couldn't do anything to help him. How can I call myself a detective when I can't even save a friend?
Fortunately, you don't have to call yourself anything.
There! Right now you're still a trainee anyway! Sorry.
Why?
If only I were stronger, I could have rewound time until we saved the chief.
Still has to be a way. Maybe the way is just having an orgasm. I don't know. What do you want? I don't want you to be the last one and therefore the one to move us on. Oh, you'll be penultimate.
Vivia, I didn't know you were here at the lab too.
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. Chief's orders.
You should.
Although, I do feel a sense of wonder at the idea of a secret lab.
Oh, it's not an idea when you're literally in it, isn't it?
I fully intended to take a lazy look around the place, but I wasn't given the chance to relax. I was dragged around by Halara and forced to search all over. Jeez, no one will leave me alone.
Now, you've been left alone for most of this game, man. Under this stupid fireplace and all that.
Master, I get the feeling that he's...
Huh? What is it?
nothing. Maybe it's just my imagination.
Seriously, what?
Sheesh.
No one will leave me alone.
Chief, please stay strong. Chief.
He's still breathing, but he's lost a lot of blood. This is what death looks like. It's the same as every other victim you've seen.
Oh, great.
It's not the same. I won't let it be the same.
Hey, you got a minute?
Whole minute?
We can't stay here forever. We have to take a chance and try busting through the front gates.
I can't agree to that. Wagering on a bet you have no chance of winning is the same as throwing the match.
So you'd rather keep waiting until peacekeepers break down the door? Oh, right. We can use Fubuki's thing.
I think she's all spent right now.
Mine? Really? I am not sure it is worthy of showing off yet.
What?
I've no clue where your head's at, but I'm talking about your thing! Your forte! If we use that, we can get through the gate without being spotted by the peacekeepers! Even if they catch us, you can just turn back time!
Impossible. The gate can't be unlocked except from the outside. A peacekeeper has to make a call on the intercom to get them to open.
It's not a cure-all, otherwise it would have prevented
They would never
the
let us
chief from
through.
getting hurt.
That won't change no matter how many times you try.
Then what about Desuhiko's disguise forte? If he looks like a peacekeeper, maybe he can get us through the gate.
I thought about that too, but my bag is outside the gate.
This shorty detective is so useless. He can never help when we need him.
Maybe we have no choice but to force our way through.
Don't rush to conclusions. The roulette has yet to stop. Until it does, we must consider the best course of action.
What is that number?
The best course?
No, the previous
I don't
one.
know.
The roulette.
That may be suicidal. It's better than staying here like this. We gotta force our way through the front. Damn it! If we don't hurry, the chief is gonna...
Fuck.
How did it end up like this?
Well, first I went with Kurumi Wendy. We went to see Makau. We asked about whether he knew anything about the secret lab, and he said that actually it's hidden in Amaterasu itself. And if you would like to go, he can only take one of us. So we decided that I would go after a little bit of questioning. And I decided to go meet him at the station. And then when we did, he drove me in here. And there was this whole commotion when we got downstairs through the elevator about, like, you know, there was an intrusion and maybe there was a serial killer and he's left his calling card and all that. And apparently that same calling card was given to the detective operations base as well. And basically, long story short, you just saw it. How did it end up like this? This is like when someone asks, how are you enjoying the game? How am I enjoying the game? Well, I turned my console on, I started the game up, I selected new game, I started learning from the game how it works, and then proceeded to play along with the mechanics of the game. When I was playing the mechanics of the game, I realized that I enjoyed the successes, the challenges, How did it... Why are you asking how and that's not what you mean?
We just happened to appear at the scene
Why
of
did it
Doctor's
end up
murder.
like this? Not how.
Yes, that's it!
We just happened to appear at the scene of Doctor's murder? What? If we're at the scene of Doctor's murder, then we can go back there, search for clues, get enough clues to do a mystery labyrinth and get the fuck out of here.
Huh?
The Peacekeepers made up their minds that we're responsible for killing Dr. Weska. They don't think the Hitman even existed in the first place.
But if we can find the hitman, then what our mystery labyrinth and do the thing. We need to go gather clues and we're going back to where we were.
So what? Proving that doesn't help us in this situation at all.
No, that's exactly what he's getting.
But what if we proved our innocence? What if we could prove this was done by the Hitman? The Peacekeepers would have no reason to apprehend us.
Like they cared about reason. Their form of justice is to do whatever they bloody feel like. Isn't that always been their motto?
Maybe, but still.
How do you intend
still?
on proving our innocence?
Still as a doctor or still as Yakuza?
Don't tell me you're gonna catch that hitman and turn him over to the Peacekeepers. That's impossible. He's probably already escaped by now.
Then we gotta investigate it. We have to investigate the doctor's lab and gather evidence of the Hitman's crime.
That's crazy talk. How do you plan on investigating under these circumstances? Besides, proving our innocence doesn't guarantee the Peacekeepers will suddenly let us go. This facility is already restricted. They could make up any reason they want to arrest us. You've seen how they act for a while now.
That may be true, but
But this is a video game, so we're going to break that for a little bit.
But we're detectives, aren't we?
Detectives
We
in a
have to stand up
video
to them
game.
the only way we can. When all hope seems lost, that's exactly the moment to fight
believe
back
in
as
a video
detectives.
game. Basically, what I'm trying to say is they're trying to make morals about never give up, never surrender. But if it was reality, no, there are plenty of moments where surrender is the best option. But because it's a video game, we can continue to never give up, never surrender. But it's really not applicable in real life.
We must obtain the truth and use it against the Peacekeepers.
I agree with Yuma.
Oh, nice.
Lara,
It's true. Detectives should use the truth as their weapon of choice. I didn't expect to hear that from you, Yuma. You sure have grown.
I think he's always thought that. He just didn't realize.
But how do we even investigate? Place is crawling with peacekeepers outside this room.
Still, it's not impossible. We have someone with the best forte for this situation.
Which is this guy's man. Except he has his bag outside.
huh?
This is gonna be now fucking Vivia's turn.
Could it be Vivia?
If only I had my disguise tools. Damn it! Right now, all we can do is rely on Vivian. That's Hiko.
What should I do?
Would it be possible to save Chief Yaku with Vivian's forte?
No.
I don't know yet, because I don't know Vivian's forte. But let's hope to Vivian and find out what his forte is.
First off,
You should ask about his powers, because we're not going to tell you ourselves.
What does that mean?
Vivian's forte? Gee,
He likes books and shit, so is it memory based? I don't know.
Vivia, will you tell me about your forte?
I just remembered. I heard rumors about it back at the WDO.
Because there's the title, isn't there? The imperfect, whatever. Oh, what a convenient time to remember. After I've already asked Vivia.
Vivia Twilight can supposedly solve crimes in his sleep.
In his sleep?
It's not a big deal. My condition lets me do detective work while sleeping. Kinda like how some people sneeze differently than others. In my case,
Just get to the point. We're running out of time. Can you or can't you do this investigation?
oh, the point? Well, the point is,
I don't want to.
at the end of the rainbow is an ancient battlefield.
Okay.
Hey, can I punch you just this once?
I understand, Jessica, but you're gonna have to resist.
Get him, tiny man! You and I are on the exact same page right now.
If I skip too much, you won't understand.
There's nothing to understand. You're just a fucking idiot, and I don't particularly care for you and this team. And if you can help us, great. Just go ahead and do it.
Reading the first and final page of a novel won't give you any notion about the story.
I don't want to hear about some story. Tell us about your forte!
I'll explain.
Oh, why don't you just do that from the start? You're just as guilty as him if you could fucking have explained this whole time.
His forte is spectral projection. He can control his own ethereal self.
Fuck is an ethereal self.
Ethereal self. I suppose I should call it a soul or a ghost. He is not confined by the laws of physics, which means he can pass through walls and floors. And all the while, other people cannot see him.
Jesus. Fucked up. It also means you're basically Shinigami.
In other words, you can turn yourself into a ghost?
So you can investigate without being seen by the Peacekeepers.
I won't do it.
Yeah, you didn't want to do it from the start, which is why you're fucking taking forever even explaining it. But how did I know that fucking forever? I already said, if you rewind the tape, that he was saying it.
Hey, now's not the time to back down! I'm not asking you to read the room or whatever, but at least do something for your friends here!
You think I don't care about my friends?
No.
I've made my decision because I care for all of you. You're all determined to fight. But don't you think it'd be better to do as the Peacekeepers say in this case? You may be able to get Chief Yako medical attention in exchange for surrendering. Don't you think that's the highest chance of survival out of all our options?
Trusting Yummy House One.
Surrender! You gotta be kidding. Don't you have any pride as a detective?
Not at all.
Whoa, that sure was blunt.
Clinging to pride is why conflict will never vanish from this world.
That's not the only reason why. It definitely doesn't help.
I hate conflict. I'd rather live in a quiet and peaceful world. Butterflies cross the lake, and snowy flowers conceal the moon. I simply wish to sleep soundly
Talk a
in a
random
serene world.
Green stupid hair, it looks like a Medusa.
Is it such a crime to hold this small wish?
These? No. But you're not exactly helping your friend then.
If no one else is willing to say it, then I will warn you. It's a sin to waste such a talent given to you. You are skilled as a detective. However, you lack the willpower to make use of it. Why is that? Are you afraid of something? Or perhaps you are laughing at the rest of us.
I'm happy to hear you have such high regard for me, Halara. But you're simply overestimating me. I didn't become a detective because I wanted to be. And as to whether or not I'm afraid, I would say that I may be. When you desire something, you're afraid of losing it. And yet, why does everyone continue to have desires?
More like when you desire something, you're afraid of never having it. You desire more things that you don't have in you. When you do have something, it's not really desire anymore, but rather gratitude. But, you know, you keep going, poet man! For fuck's sake.
Is the truth even worth it?
It's no use. I thought he was incomprehensible, but he's actually completely bonkers.
He's never been worth it. This is garbage, spare wheel. You know, he's the weakest link, as it were, of our team. He's rubbish. I've never liked this character. I haven't really ever had much reason to hate him, like I do that fucking Bacardi bastard. But yeah, it's the worst by far.
Look at the chief.
that was
He's
good,
dying here. Doesn't it hurt your soul even a little? I can't believe you go and spout all this nonsense right now.
I apologize if I've offended you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'll
but you
stop
won't help.
talking.
That's the more important part.
As usual, I'll simply go to a dark place, out of sight, out of mind.
No, right.
Faster! You gotta stop him!
Vivia, please, wait. I don't understand what you're saying, but... I know we need your help right now. If you say you won't cooperate with the investigation, I don't mind. But in exchange...
Hold my hand.
Will you please hold hands with me?
Are you trying to make up? I don't remember us fighting to begin with.
Well, we definitely have our differences that are quite pertinent right now, and I'm not happy with how you aren't respecting the chief and the rest of the group in particular's wishes. So, you know, I want to just make up for that, and if you can hold Yuma's hand, that will help get things into gear.
No, I just want to borrow your power.
Ah,
Hold on.
this is your coalescence, is it?
You knew and were just playing dumb?
You play
Well,
fucking well.
If it's just holding hands, I don't mind. I have no reason to decline.
You have reason to decline because I thought the reason you wouldn't do it is because you think the best course of action is to not do it. Isn't that right? You lying shit? Is that, oh, I don't want to do it because I want to save the chief, and if we cooperate with the peacekeepers, then we will save the chief. That's the best chance we have to do that. That doesn't change if you are passing the powers onto somebody else. You're just aiding and abetting, not giving the chief presumably the best chance to survive. If you truly gave a shit about that garbage we had to listen to, as an excuse, which is a shitty excuse because it's not even real, let alone not what you care about at all, they wouldn't be doing this either. It doesn't help the chief if you get somebody else to use your power, does it? Because it's a lot of garbage, just like you as a character. Fucking hate this guy. The worst character by far of the group.
Shinigami?
By fucking far.
What is this sensation? I knew it already, but this guy is strange.
Strange? Yeah, he is kind of a weird person.
Are you going to be vanished? Does this power kind of overwrite you a little bit? Wait, Shinigami? Because this is a very ethereal type, non-corporeal form type power? Does this have any... Is this like, you know, when you have two programs on a computer that fight between each other because they both occupy the same space type thing? Is that what's happening? Is this... It basically, does receiving Vivia's power through coalescence have an adverse effect on Shinigami? That's what it's looking for.
That's not what I meant.
So, you can now use spectral projection? If so, I must warn you. When using my forte, your body will act as though you're asleep. You better lay down before you begin.
All right.
You'll be defenseless while using it, so be careful. No, everyone is here, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah, you guys be the defenders.
Also, your ghost form doesn't mean you're completely safe from harm.
Hey, Yuma. Do you think you can do it?
Much as I've done the other shit, and we were Martina Electro because you were too tired, yes. Yes, I think you can do it.
I don't know, but I'll try. Can you watch over my body in the meantime?
Yeah, you can count on me.
That's all of you, actually.
Go and investigate to your heart's content. We'll handle things here.
Understood. There's not much time. I need to proceed with the investigation and get everyone out of here. I have to do this for Chief Yako.
This is, seriously, like I've said before, it's very much like, imagine if Team Magneto, because Team Magneto versus Team Charles Xavier is for or against the established quo legislature. in X-Men, the humans, the law enforcement, generally speaking for the land, is considered good guys. So to go against them is bad. In this game, the law enforcement is Amaterasu / the Peacekeepers. The Peacekeepers in particular obviously known to be the bad guys. So we are, like in the way Star Wars, the rebel force, not the resistance, but some equivalent to it. In effect, we are Team Magneto. And it's moments like this where we're having to use our powers to avert and circumvent problems derived from the law enforcement, the justice of the Peacekeepers, that very much make me feel that way. This is a very sort of like, everybody is like a mutant. They have their own specialties which make them, you know, part of Team Magneto's team. And we have, you know, like, and do all this like espionage and covert ops and all this sort of stuff to try and, you know, avoid the problems that are due to the Peacekeepers in this game. So this is a very Team Magneto kind of setup.
Wow, your soul actually came out!
So this is spectral projection. It's strange to see myself outside of my own body.
Let's see.
Ow! Wait, it didn't hurt, but it feels like I bumped into something. Is it because I've become a spirit like you, Shinigami?
Looks like I can smack you directly now. I'm loving this.
I thought you hated.
This makes me feel really uneasy.
Lucky for you, I'm here. Now we're literally soulmates.
But I can walk through walls, right? So we don't necessarily go through the door. I just walk through walls. I imagine a lot of people enjoy getting wet. Speaking of the Kainai Ward, can you? Oh. As long as the client can afford.
His soul has probably left his body about now.
Huh? Really? He doesn't look all that different to me.
Looks
What were
like
you thinking?
Despicable can't see me. I'm sure I can investigate without the Peacekeepers spotting me now.
By the way, Yuma, I'm sure you're hovering right above the floor near us. You're only doing so subconsciously. Right now, you're truly free from the shackles of the laws of physics. Similarly, it may at first be difficult to pass through a wall due to the preconceived notion that you'll be blocked.
It is like test driving a car or something, you know, you have to get used to the controls right off the bat.
To begin, try passing through a door. Your consciousness views doors innately as passageways. Why don't you try it out?
I'm passing through the door.
You and I are the same now, Master.
Chief, please not die on us.
Yeah,
After hurrying the investigation, for everyone's sake. We'll definitely find a way. Please hang in there, Chief.
It's on you, Yuma. There's not much time left to make it a clean, efficient investigation.
that's right.
We have to hurry to the doctor's room.
This looks bad.
I'm counting on you, my man. You're the only one who can save the Chief.
Yeah,
Got it. I'll be right back, Desica.
Yeah,
Oh, there you are, Yuma.
Thank you very much.
Vivian, thank you.
Wow, you really made it. This means I can freely go in and out of places I couldn't
I said
before.
that we wouldn't be necessarily needing to go through the door, given that we are very form. So what's the danger despite being in fear of form?
Also, the hallway is brightly lit now. Seems like the regular power is switched back on.
Anyway, we got to investigate the murder scene. We need to hurry up before more peacekeepers arrive.
Also means that we have to fucking go through the 3 doors, right?
Yep, hysterical.
What the?
What are those?
They're lost, wandering souls. They're your natural enemies while you're in ghost form.
Is this what Vivia was warning us about?
Yeah, just be careful not to touch them.
What happens if I do?
You'll be joining them! I can't wait to see that!
Why are you excited about that? Anyway, let's be careful and make sure not to touch them.
Time for the tutorial!
Get to Dr. Huesca's critical lab, or watch out for the wandering soul.
If that puff hits, things are gonna get nuts!
Wandering soul will drag whatever touches to the opposite. Be careful. Oh, spooky, spooky.
All right, let's hurry.
Let's go!
But it doesn't make any sense. It's gonna fuck me up. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm blocked on all sides. What? I can't get past any of this. I'm not allowed to go through walls either. What? How'd you accept that?
Whoa, it's huge! I wonder how many people are in there.
Looks like we can't go this way. Let's look for another path. Oh, that was a close one.
I don't like that.
It's flowing like a waterfall.
Are you serious? How am I supposed to get through
We
this?
have to hurry to the crime scene.
Go, go, go!
This is bullshit! How am I supposed to do this? You saw how I fucking failed immediately when I tried. Fucking rubbish. What do you expect? That's what I was saying, like, blocked on all sides. I already said that, and then look at that, I was blocked on all sides. I couldn't fucking get past. Of course. What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?
There are so many!
Just a bit more.
How am I supposed to get past this?
We have to hurry to the crime scene.
Bullshit.
Go, go, go!
I don't even see what's behind me. This is rubbish. Like,
We
what
have
the
to hurry
fuck
to
do you
the
expect
crime
me to
scene.
do with this?
Go, go, go!
How do you expect me to get past? This is garbage!
Go, go, go! I was really sweating!
Ludicrous. The only thing that I was allowed to be able to do is have more than one go, but there's no way I'm getting for that first try. What the fuck?
Here. I hope there's no one inside.
Who cares if there is? Not like they can see you anyway.
Literally give me no chance to get through that.
It's a
first
matter of how I feel. Even if they
joke.
can't see me,
I'm amazed I
it'd
got
make
through it
me
at all.
uneasy if peacekeepers were there.
So that's how it is. I'm already used to it, so I didn't notice.
Nobody's here. Guess the peacekeepers have better stuff to do than investigate after all that happened.
What would that be?
I wonder if the doctor's body is still here.
Maybe the doctor's soul is still floating around here, unable to pass on. I just scared myself.
Hey, if we meet the doctor's soul, maybe we can ask him what happened.
This may be weird coming from me, but I doubt it'll be that easy.
Hmm.
I guess so. We'll just have to take this one step at a time.
Investigation is a fucking soul
Time
entity.
to investigate.
Here comes investigation.
This intercom is connected to the doctor's lab. I spoke to Dr. Weska a few times over this. We were talking on the intercom when the incident started. Dr. Weska, I'll come get you. Can you shut off the security on your end?
Spell searching.
Wait! What the?
Dr. Weska? What's wrong?
Wait! Who are you? Help! Somebody come help me!
Doctor? Doctor! If the doctor was attacked by someone, that means the intruder was already inside at the time. So it has to have been the hitman. How did he get inside? The security system was still active, so it should have been impossible to enter. How did the killer get in? And where did he go after murdering the doctor?
I don't know why we've seen everybody in the team apart from what happened to Karumi Wendy. Where is she? She knew about
This
this
is the
place.
airlock.
She and us were
Let's check it out in case there are any
told by
clues.
Dakota.
That sure is suspicious, Master.
This is the decontamination device. If toxic gas leaks from the other chamber, this device is supposed to ensure it doesn't spread. What's inside the vents? I want to scope it out further, but I'm too short.
Master, did you forget you're a ghost right now?
Oh, right! I can just do this! I'm floating! Whoa!
I wish I could have floated when we were fucking trying to get past all this bullshit.
No kidding. This spectral projection is such a convenient forte. If that anemic vampire joined the investigation from the start, this could have gone much faster.
Especially considering he could have just gone over there because you couldn't. And we were having to ask for the 4 things and we used the robot thing. You could have just used him.
Maybe, but there's no
Instead of
point in
Payday
debating it
instead of
now.
Avatar.
The
Of
vent
course there's
isn't
no
covered
point in
with
debating
bars
it
on
really
it.
because
It looks
the
hollow
game will do
inside,
what the game will do. We don't get it.
but it's too dark to say for certain. The cover has a hinge on it. It looks like it can be easily opened and closed. Oh, that's right. I can't touch it since I'm a ghost right now. But there's no need to open it with my hand. I can just stick my head inside.
And you feel like you're having your head chopped off.
There's a lot of space in here.
Hey, maybe this was the way out. The intruder must have come through here. So that's it, right? That solves everything.
This is the main part of the decontamination device. During decontamination, the fins rotate to suck out air.
They're spinning right now. Why are they rotating right now?
The structure isn't built for someone
They
to
don't,
get
don't they
inside.
rotate all the time? We're
It's
gonna
designed to
decontaminate.
filter air and nothing else. This couldn't be used as an escape route.
Well, having an easy escape out of a locked room is like covering your pizza in anchovies.
What?
How's that?
Because it'd ruin the whole thing.
So that's why the fucking 4 chapter 2 locked rooms were literally using the door or the nearest vent. Because it couldn't be something a little more interesting, like, you know, a hole behind the turned off arcade machine. You know, or something.
Because it'd ruin.
Sure.
The
Cover is easy to open and close. Probably for maintenance.
This one I'm nowhere near as comfortable or confident in.
There's no harm in remembering this.
It's kind of obvious
Could
that
be a
the
clue
Dr.
for
Wesker was
something
going to
else.
take the hit. It was already like suggested in the threat, but any more than that. This device exists to prevent leakage from the toxic gas chamber.
There are
We
other
have a key. some reason
Once it
you like
detects
that.
an intruder, it'll pump out toxic gas. It's a room with a terrifying contraption. Well, it's disarmed, so there's nothing to worry about. Also, you're a ghost, so it wouldn't detect you anyway.
Let's check this out too.
I'll find out for you.
So this is where the toxic gas comes out.
It's supposed to be super fatal, right?
Yeah, the toxic gas is
Music's
bacterial,
incredibly addictive.
so regular gas masks aren't supposed to work against it. Even if you hold your breath, it'll be absorbed through the skin. And there is no treatment
That's
for
what
it in the
Makana said.
world.
But the problem is, it's a slow death, so it doesn't exactly deter the killer. And there was something else. Oh yeah, it's easily dispersible in not non-controlled environments like this, non-healed environments.
The bacteria takes time to spread through your body, and you'll supposedly die after about 30 minutes. Someone said you need a
Here comes
spacesuit
the
to move
fucking
through
30
here
minutes
safely.
again, like the poison in the third chapter. Or rather, chapter 2, the third trial. The third mystery. Yeah. And again with Makana.
Such a scary trap. Whoever invented it won't have a peaceful death.
Whoever invented it, why? They don't necessarily suffer from it because they invented it.
Wait, that already happened.
There doesn't seem to be a secret exit, which makes sense as it defeats the purpose of having a toxic gas chamber.
This is
If that's the case, how did the intruder get through the chamber?
and didn't even come into the chamber, just bypassed it.
Right now, I have no idea.
Same. I'm very lost on all of it. Toxic gas is bacterial, so regular gas masks are ineffective against it, and you can't even like hold your breath or anything. It goes directly through the skin apparently.
Let's go to the next one. And we've arrived at the last room, the panel chamber. There are 9 panels divided in a 3x3 grid, and you must step on them in the order that the doctor set.
I remember what I did.
Make one mistake, and you get
I thought you'd
zapped
have to
with
step on all of them,
high
and then you'd have to
voltage.
go back on things.
The high voltage isn't just a threat. We've seen what happened to Amapel. It's not a problem since security is disarmed at the moment.
Also, you're still a ghost master.
There are 9 panels of revive reconfiguration. You must step on them in a special order to proceed. High voltage panel chamber. But is this actually just bullshit? And when I watch somebody else go through this, they are also going to, whatever order, not to say same as me, going to be first trying it just like I did? That was the order I did.
Attention!
And here's what all that security was protecting. Pressing the switch opens the door to the doctor's lab. We managed to get this far earlier thanks to Amapel and Fubuki's forte.
I see it all, like it's flashing right before my eyes.
Looks like this is it, my man. Hurry up and hit that switch.
Just need to stretch Amapel's arm out to that switch.
We're in a hurry, but this door is moving so slowly. Yuma, that should be good enough. Hurry up and move Amapel through that crack in the door.
Oh yeah, Didn't the researcher mention when an arm's extended, no other controls will function?
Yeah.
I guess I need to pull back the arm first.
Now we can move again. Hurry, Yuma.
I remember the trouble you had waiting
So
for the
the
door to open.
culprit was a robot?
It opens really slowly, and we also had to retract Amapel's arm.
We tried to hurry inside, but Amapal suddenly fell over.
We got kicked over by the culprit.
There were no steps or obstacles, so why did that happen?
Because the culprit was there.
I'm sure it was pushed by the fleeing culprit.
That has to be it. Which means we passed by the culprit as he headed out.
But we didn't get to see anything. The door to the panel chamber is designed to open the snow. Fantastic. That means that nothing could have
We're
been done
not
quickly.
done investigating yet.
Ready for
I need to look things over in more deep.
more deeds. Do it.
This is the decontamination device in the panel chamber. Looks like it's here to purify any toxic gas that escapes from the chamber next door.
Yeah, both sides have it.
But the cover doesn't open and close like the decontamination device in the airlock.
Does it even have a cover? Why it not having a cover compared to the other ones matters though.
There's no way someone can fit through.
But like, why would it matter for them to fit through the decontamination device if that in the first one if that's not used as escape route? Unlike the decontamination device in the airlock chamber, the cover of the one in the panel chamber cannot open it. Oh my god! It can! Oh. Why does that matter? I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
Oh, the peacekeepers are here.
How come we didn't see them?
No need to worry about it. They can't see you at all.
It still feels pretty weird.
As he winks at them. I kinda...
There's a small vent here. It's not large enough for a person to get in. And the cover
It would be
is
weird if they
fixed in
weren't doing
place.
anything.
The only culprits who could get through here would be fairies or gnomes.
It's nice that we didn't have to worry about it. There is a tiny vent in the critical lab. The cover is fixed in place and not large enough for the person to that was weird how it was delayed.
There's canned food and water bottles here.
There's canned food and water bottles here.
This all looks like food. There isn't much left.
Still looks like food, but there isn't much left.
The guy
He's
wasn't
such a
right in the
pig,
head if he
isn't
was
he?
surviving for months on such plain food.
That is the definition.
Yeah, it's fairly strange.
There are canned food and bottles of water inside the lab. However, not much of either remains. They use it to shower themselves and clean off the blood. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's Pekka Pekayama. Toilet. Is it bath, I guess?
There's an open notebook on the desk. Does it have to do with the doctor's research? It contains symbols and diagrams. Looks like he's splashing liquid on someone. What does it mean?
Weird. No fucking
There are other places
Truth.
to check out, you know.
key for that. Yes, I'm looking right at them. Oh, the computer.
This is the doctor's computer.
It
The
sure is.
screen looks like it's in sleep mode.
Quite the setup too. The one is 5 months.
I'm sure it contains some important data, but I can't touch it in ghost form. I wish there was a way to check it out.
I don't think there is. Well, how would you do it? You have to touch something to make anything work. You can't touch anything.
It's so sad when you can't touch anyone. I totally know the feeling.
What the hell do you want to do?
I guess. You just gotta give up.
Moo.
The stuff here appears to be chemicals. There are symbols on each label. The one on the front is...
This is the same one that was used in the drama school murder.
Oh, I know this symbol. It's probably sulfuric acid.
H2SO. Is that a 3? It looks like 2. It's a hydrogen oxide. Hydrogen sulfoxide?
It's a highly acidic liquid that can melt anything.
sulfuric acid. I better not touch it then.
If you can
Then again,
melt anything,
can't
how come
touch
it isn't
anything right
melting
now.
its container and therefore the whole, cabinet and the floor underneath and then the earth underneath that and going right to the molten core of this underneath. And it's just going right through and just falling right through continuously until it reaches the other side of the earth and then it continues. Maybe it stays at the core because that's where the strongest sense of gravity is. It just melts through anything. Literally anything.
This reminds me, I saw this symbol on the label in the notebook earlier.
You could actually touch the sulfuric acid right now. Not doing anything. If you know what I mean. Put your ethereal part over it. Into it. This reminds me, I saw the symbol on the label in the notebook earlier.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the symbol for sulfuric acid.
I don't see any fucking same symbol there.
So the doctor was trying to splash sulfuric acid on someone?
It's for the weapon?
Oh, but sulfuric acid could melt clothes and skin. It'd be a terrible sight.
Oh, it can melt clothes and skin. It can't melt anything. So it can't melt its container and the cabinet.
Melting
It
clothes
can't
and
melt
skin.
anything. Melt clothes and skin. That's very different. The second one said it can melt anything. Note showing a diagram of someone being splashed with sulfuric acid, which is obviously idiotic thing. That's kind of my point. It's clearly a dumb thing to say. It can't melt anything when it's literally being held in a container.
The peacekeepers are still talking. I wonder what else they have to say.
Man, this is our best clue, is just listening to what they did.
By the way, do you know anything about this dead old guy?
Yeah, I worked security here. Geezer was famous in the worst possible way.
Why you fought?
Took advantage of people for his research and didn't care how many were sacrificed. He seemed to have gotten even more and more arrogant over the last few years. 3 years ago, the higher-ups canned first big project. He lived as a shut-in after that.
Canned his big brother. Didn't live as a shut-in prior to that. He only lived as a shut-in after.
A big project? Is it the same one Makoto mentioned?
And then that was abandoned.
He was part of a big project that was cancelled in the past. He's shut himself in here ever since.
There's really no way to verify now if that research was about homunculi.
The old man was hard of hearing, so he couldn't really hear what anyone said.
No, I think he could. Especially because he managed to overhear, like, people in the background conversing, and then when we were trying to communicate with him, he could hear through an intercom and a machine, Desahiko under his breath mutter about how obnoxious an old man he is, and he was like, "I can hear you." So I think he's pretty fond of hearing, actually.
When it comes to other people, their words literally fell on deaf ears. And that being said, he could read lips.
Okay. Then why did he say "I can hear you"? So that we would understand?
Read lips? So we watched someone's mouth to figure out what they were saying?
Lip reading? So that explains what he said back then.
With the Desahiko shit.
Who the hell are you? I refuse to speak with any disrespectful hoodlums.
Show me someone who has their mouth. Yeah. I want to see someone's mouth because I have a fetish for mouths. No, that's it.
Either take off your mask or present someone whose mouth I can view.
Back then, the doctor refused to talk with Makoto.
Yeah.
It was because he couldn't read his lips due to the mask he wore.
And that was why Makoto brought you. It wasn't because it was going to fail anyway, like you had surmised previously.
Between you and me, there were some suspicious rumors about the old man, too.
What rumors?
Yeah, I want to know.
He said he shut himself in here for research. He was plotting something bad.
What's that?
He was planning to flee from Kanai Ward.
That's stupid. It's not even possible.
Well, it's just a rumor. After what happened, we'll never know.
Violent people? Why
So he
violent?
was planning to flee the city. I guess that's what the geezer was up to.
Oh, what a
Master, looks like you got some
dreadful,
nice info since you turned into a ghost.
dangerous thing to do, to leave the place.
Trying to escape Kanai Ward would be considered
God.
betraying Amaterasu Corporation. Did the hitman go after him because of this? Someone in Amaterasu Corp who knows the doctor could have hired a hitman to kill him. But who?
The doctor had hearing issues severe enough that he could be considered deaf. He was also trying to flee Kanai Ward. He could also read lips. It's a part in that that's not said. That's pretty important. Information Dr. Horse.
The Amapel we used is still here. I did promise to return it. Huh? What's this?
Yeah, you promised, and then you failed on your promise because you're a shitbag. What?
Looking at it carefully, there's a mark on the back of its head. Is
Yeah, I told you you
that
got kicked.
a shoe print?
By the criminal.
Huh? What's a shoe print doing there?
Kicking about to the side so it can't move anymore. However, maybe Yummy Housemar did it because he likes kicking things. As he was repeatedly kicking the bar.
I don't remember seeing this mark when we sent Amapel to the airlock.
And also, yeah, of course not. It's on Amapel itself. But also, we could match the footprint.
Could it have been from back then? When we tried to enter the lab, Amapel fell over.
The culprit kicked it! It must have left a mark! You did it, Master! You
Oh my
finally found the killer!
god!
All that's left is to figure out how the culprit managed to get through that perfect security.
And also know who the fuck it
That's
was.
the biggest mystery here.
In the critical lab, there was a shoe print on Amapal's head. Shoe print on Amapal's head. I guess we have to investigate the corpse. I've used this murder weapon.
The knife is probably the murder
Several stab
weapon.
wounds.
It has a unique shape. There's an inscription on it. I can see the letter F.
Yeah, upside down. That's it too.
Hey, shouldn't we move the corpse out of here soon? They're always telling us to clear out corpses quickly since the rain makes them rot so fast.
Nah, we leave it alone until we receive further orders. Did you see the knife stuck in his back? It's the one that Fink the slaughter artist uses, right?
Oh, F for Fink.
I've heard about his knives inscribed with the letter F. They say that's his proof to his clients that he was the one who got the job done.
So Fink the slaughter artist really killed the doctor? I thought those detectives did.
Either way, it doesn't matter. Hey, don't you think a knife from a famous hitman would go for a high price?
Huh? You thinking of stealing evidence? You better not keep it all for yourself.
So that unique knife belongs to Fink the slaughter artist.
Not anymore. He's not getting it back.
Speaking of which, the knife made Chief Yako look strangely similar to this. So the doctor was in fact killed by Fink?
Or whoever is trying to masquerade as Fink. Knife letter F inscribed on it. Not supposed to in it. In it, bro. It appears to be the weapon used to murder Dr. Wesker.
Dr. Wesker. I never even got to ask him about the homunculi. Now he's dead.
He has 3 wounds on his back. A knife is still stuck in one of them. Doesn't appear to have any other injuries. It's safe to assume this was the cause of death. I'm like an awesome detective's assistant.
Are you? So you're not actually one. And you're just like one. Big ones in the back. Last stuff. One of them. Injury.
Thanks. You've been a great help.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, great. There are 3 stab wounds in Dr. Wesker's back. There are no other injuries. This appears to be the cause of death. Indeed, Yuma is an awesome detective, and you are kind of like, not very closely like, assistant. How come I get this close? Like, just a little closer than that, and it automatically goes to the fucking thing, isn't it? Is that rugged? What the fuck?
That should be enough.
Maybe that's all the investigating I can do.
There are other places to check out, you know.
No, there aren't.
That should do it for the investigation.
Taking a look around, there aren't any hidden exits or hiding spots.
Did we check behind that whiteboard? We can't really, can we? That's the problem. We can't do anything really. All we can do is look.
Yeah. The only entrance and exit is that door. There isn't even a single window.
And last time with the chapter 1, the second trial, or the second, you know, Murder Labyrinth, Mystery Labyrinth. If there wasn't another option like the mansion, they didn't think, you know, maybe there's an underground entrance from underneath the desk that gets opened with a button or something. They just left it at, well, then it must be the door, and then that was it. Or is that going to happen here too? It must be the door.
And the cover is fixed in place. There are no suspicious spots on the walls,
They just must have
floor, or
not
ceiling.
died to the toxic
And no
gas.
secret passages
And even if you got through the door, there's the dangerous security system. Yeah. So how did the culprit manage to enter the lab? That's the perfect impossible crime!
Yeah, it's your favorite fucking line again.
Even if it's impossible, I have to solve it. For the chief's sake and everyone else. For now, let's head back to the security room. I need to tell everyone about what
Please
I
don't
found.
make me have to go for that bullshit minigame again.
Personally, I want you to gain the power to solve it on your own.
Like, cat. So about the willpower. That's the elevator that's now on opposition. You're gonna make me go for this stupid minigame again.
Vivia? What's the matter, Vivia? Why are you in your ghost form?
I was wondering how your investigation was going. I grew curious.
Not sure.
Did you come to help? I didn't expect your cooperation. Still, thank you. It's very reassuring.
Oh, really?
Wait, Master! You shouldn't trust him. He's plotting something.
What could he be plotting? Aren't you overthinking things?
He's just as bad as fucking Bacardi, man.
So, what will you do now? Are you still going to pursue the truth?
Huh? Why wouldn't I? I finished investigating the crime scene, so I was about to head back and report to everyone.
Please don't tell me you just killed everybody.
We need to find the truth. Otherwise, the chief won't get treated, and everyone will be captured.
I see. So you won't be satisfied until you discover the truth.
What do you mean?
Master, watch out! He's plotting something!
Tell me, Yuma, why do you seek the truth?
Huh? We have to find the truth to fight the Peacekeepers.
Well, the truth is like cracks in a mirror. They're all so small, you must squint to see each tiny crack. Most wouldn't even notice them. They think the world reflected in the mirror is reality itself. If you did notice the cracks, Would you destroy the mirror to reveal what the real world actually looks like? Even if the moment the mirror is destroyed, it changes the world people can see forever.
What are you talking about?
And if shattering the mirror reveals nothing but darkness and chaos, even then, would you still seek the truth?
I don't know what will happen when the truth is exposed. But right now, we need the truth to save Chief Yako and everyone from the agency. Everyone, including you, of course. I just want to help others. Are you saying that's wrong?
And for that, what will you sacrifice? How much have you already sacrificed?
Huh?
I bet you're the type who's willing to sacrifice yourself for the truth. One day, it will ruin you. You will destroy the world for truth's sake.
Me? Destroy the world? That's impossible.
No, you've already stepped one foot into ruin. In fact, it's already up to your neck. If possible, I'd like to help you. You are a dear friend to me. How about it? It's not too late. Why not turn back from this path?
You mean to let us be captured by peacekeepers? That doesn't solve anything. I don't understand what you're saying, Vivia. Never mind. We need to report what I discovered to the others.
Well, are the others?
So you refuse to understand. You leave me no choice.
Vivia?
What have you done to the others?
Ah! He took out a blade! This guy is nuts!
I usually keep this in my pocket. It's not real. Like the ghost form, it's just a reflection of reality. So, slashing at you won't do anything. But I warned you, didn't I? While you're in ghost form, your physical body is vulnerable.
You mean...
I was simply returned to my body 5 seconds before you do. And then, given I am more familiar with spectral projection, I'm positive I can return to my body before you can.
Yeah, this is what happens when you choose such shit characters to like fucking Yusuke. And this prick. When you have such dreadful fucking taste in people, you can never pick the right choices and support the good characters. You pick garbage.
Well,
and anyone who thought Vivian
will
was
you
good
give up now?
At the beginning or any otherwise needs to fucking learn that lesson.
Are you threatening me?
I only want you to give up on the truth.
At the cost of... You talk about what he's willing to do for what he's trying to do. You're willing to kill him for what you're trying to do. About that.
The truth you wish to expose is dangerous. I have a feeling that our peace and quiet will be pulled right out from under our feet. If you won't stop, then I must stop you. For this world's sake. For the sake of peace and quiet.
Well, maybe you killed the doctor. That's why I stabbed him.
You're not making any sense. You're gonna kill me because of a feeling?
I don't want it to end this way. I thought we could talk it out. That's why I came here. But you refuse to give up, which leaves me with
You
no
have all the
choice.
choice in the world, but you don't want to fucking care about the choice. You don't want to consider that maybe you shouldn't be trying to do this and would sacrifice other people for your fucking truth. Or your protection against the truth. Your mirage. You have all the choice. You acted out here and done all these things on your choice. Piece of shit.
So it looks like this is what I must do. Farewell, Yuma.
Wait!
Master, hurry back!
Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Hey, you two. Quit fighting.
Who is that?
Yeah, the truth is cruel. Never in history has the truth been known to be kind.
That voice. Chief Yago?
But you know what? Turning your eyes away from the truth and living a lie is harsh too. In the end, you can never look away from the truth. As long as you live, you must face that pain. So really, what's the point of worrying so much about it? When you're lost, believe in your own heart. That way, even if things end up all wrong, at least you can stand proud.
Chief Yago, are you alright? Where are you?
Impossible. There's no way he could have made it here with those wounds.
Then that voice.
Perhaps it was his soul's voice as it separated from his body.
What did you do to the others?
That means...
No way. Is he dead?
I don't know. We need to find out.
Then what are you gonna do?
Vivian tried to kill me. Why would he do such a thing?
He's always been a piece of shit.
Come on.
Wait, where are you going? You're the wrong way.
Why are there no more obnoxious obstacles? They just disappeared? I can just keep going around here.
Come on.
This big bastard. Or the other.
Chief Yago!
It appears his soul hasn't been severed yet. It's still connected to his body.
How can he reach us?
But the line is very thin. It could cut away any moment now.
Then why did we hear Chief Yako's voice back there?
I don't know. It seems there are many more mysterious things in this world that I don't know about.
And yet you have the conviction to kill people.
Well, since he went through the trouble of risking his life to give us a lecture, I will sheath my blade. When you're lost, you should believe in your own heart.
Vivia, I still have a lot I need to say to you. But solving this case is top priority. This is the only way to save Chief Yako and everyone else.
Fine. You can report to them once you return to your body. I have somewhere else to go.
Where are you going?
After hearing the Chief's words, I just remembered. There's something I need to do.
Could you go kill yourself and then not have to concern anybody else with fucking vitriol and threats and awfulness? That would be much better. You can do it however way you like. Just be peaceful about it, whatever it may be. Or maybe you enjoy a more torturous end, but just rid yourself from the rest. If that could be done, that would be great.
What's that?
Piece of shit.
I have a premonition.
Yeah, deadly premonition, no shit.
In exchange for obtaining the truth, I sense that our peace and quiet will crumble away.
Yes, you've already mentioned that.
But perhaps something entirely new lies beyond that destruction. In order to discover what that may be, I want to continue my investigation for a bit longer. It's not that I want the truth. I need to find an answer I can agree to with confidence.
I still don't understand most of what you say, but now I know we feel the same way about this. Let's investigate this together.
As you wish.
Master, don't trust this guy. You can't erase the fact that he flashed a blade at you.
I know, I'm not that naive.
Only almost.
You sure about that? After all, you're always so trusting and relying on others.
Relying on people that you can calculate is worth being relied upon is a good thing. Relying on scum like Vivia Twilight is not. There's a difference.
I still have a bad feeling about this. That guy is dangerous.
You don't need to tell me twice.
Really? I want to believe that it'll be alright now.
I want to believe that everybody will be safe, except Vivia will just leave the group. Probably won't happen that way, but I would hope for that. Vivia's absolute worst. Get rid of him if possible. Make sure everybody is safe. Never like that fucking guy.
That I should be so ineffective at a time like this.
Oh no.
Damn it. There's gonna be something I can do.
Yuma, please hurry.
Yeah.
For the chief's sake, I have to uncover the truth.
Huh?
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's also not what What the fuck? What?
Oh no.
How do I fucking...
you should wait to go until after you report back to the others.
But if I let Vivia go alone now, I get the sense we'll never come to an understanding. I'm sure Vivia has seen something. That's why he's afraid of the truth.
That's why he wants to kill people for it.
I also want to see what he sees. It may help me understand better.
Are you alright? Did his cryptic way of talking infect you? I hope this isn't a side effect of your coalescence.
Yeah, the less we have to do with Vivia, the better, for sure, I agree.
I said I'd continue the investigation.
Hello, Grayson! Hello! Welcome, buddy! How are you? Thank you for bringing your people over. It's lovely to have you. How are things? Hey! Welcome! How is Lightning Returns? I'm pretty sure you must be enjoying streaming a lot more these days, right? Say raid and run, no worries, thank you for the raid, it's very sweet of you. I've heard lessons bring me some love, but also, yay! Thank you for bringing your love, Mana, and Grayson, and everybody else. It's great to have you all. We're playing some Rain Code, which if you're a Danganronpa fan, you might know about. It's been a wonderful journey so far. A lot of bloodshed, a lot of crime, but it's a lot of fun too. How has Lightning Returns been? I mean, I know you say raid and run, but any of you, Mana, how has Grayson been getting on? Lovely to have you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's quite the surprise. I'm honored. I'm touched. Thank you. Yeah, we're in investigation right now. It's like the 4th chapter, 5th investigation, 5th trial. You don't know how these games go. Masafumi Takada, that's the composer rather, but Kodaka. What's his first name? I can't remember. Something Kodaka. He's like works for Spike Chunsoft and does the whole Danganronpa stuff, and it has this similar art style which I really love, and we go around and try to understand this world. We are investigating this place called Kanai Ward, and it's being run by this group called Amaterasu, which have their own issues and peacekeepers and so on. I'm currently in a research lab, secret lab that we're supposed to not really be in, but to uncover like the hidden secret of Kanai Ward and all sorts of stuff. And welcome! Hope you can enjoy.
I thought you already had a plan.
This is like a start of the spiritual successor of a new series of Danganronpa. So it's like Danganronpa Reborn, if you know about Danganronpa.
Nope.
You don't, huh?
If you have any expectations for my actions, then you're in for a disappointment.
Vivia Twilight is quite the concerning character. He's always been very, I don't know if Cinder's the right word, but quiet, and like, he's been quite threatening of late. And yeah, we're starting to understand more about it because, as you can imagine, we are part of a murder investigation team, and each of the chapters has allowed us to learn more about individual characters within that team. And we've got to work with Desahiko Thunderbolt, they all have their own special abilities. It's kind of like the ultimates in Danganronpa. And the special ability of Desahiko is Disguise, and the special ability of Fubuki is Time variant. This currently is the special ability of Vivia, with his like rather emo exterior and personality and everything. His ability is spatial, or like, I can't remember what it's called, but it allows you to take your soul outside your body and explore the world as a ghost, effectively.
I'm good at avoiding trouble, but I'm terrible at handling it. I try to stay still and just...
I hope the volume and everything is good, by the way.
That's the kind of...
That's because spectral projection allows you to investigate without moving an inch.
So, what have you learned about Dr. Huesca's death?
Well, I gathered some clues, but I still have no idea how the culprit entered the area.
There are only two reasons a mystery goes unsolved. Either there's not enough information, or not enough smarts.
I guess you could narrow it down to that.
There's no point in crying over the latter. Which means there's only
gather more information.
Thing we can do.
We've been trying to improve our smarts, not only because it has a sort of a JRPG aspect to this game, which is a little more so than previous ones. They really
tried to delve deeper into the abilities. We have our own skill tree, very, you know, JRPG-esque kind of skill tree that helps us in the murder investigation, and particularly the labyrinths that follow them, which is where we like uncover and kind of solve the mystery. And all these sort of like special skills, gaining extra health, gaining extra speedy recovery for assists, and reducing the number of obstacles, reducing the number of red herrings, all sorts of stuff. It's really been fun. It's definitely a different take on Danganronpa, but it has been still very much just as exciting and enjoyable as figuring out Danganronpa murder mysteries and trying to predict what happens and all that.
Should we search the scene one last
One
time?
more time!
No. The missing piece might not always be at the crime scene. It could have been
I love
launched
these
far away.
I also play like AI
pieces
Somnium
of
Files.
shattered glass.
So
Wow.
you're saying we should check somewhere else?
I mean, we've already checked the rooms. Basically, the lead scientist working at this research lab, who is not particularly liked by many people and was kind of like working on Amaterasu's secret project for a weapon or something, because he has weapon specialization, got murdered by a hitman that we got their calling card, known as like Think the Artist or something like that. And we're still trying to piece together how they managed to get through the security system, which is incredibly elaborate, and get to murder. But we've already uncovered certain things, like how Dr. Huesca, who's the victim, wanted to leave Kanai Ward, and that would be considered as betrayal to Amaterasu, and that might have been a reason for someone to employ Think, because apparently Think works as an assassin, so he gets employed mercurially, and maybe somebody paid him off to kill Dr. Huesca, and so on and so forth. So we're still trying to understand all the intricacies of that.
But I'd like to request minimal movement. The shortest possible distance.
Yeah, Vivia loves to be lazy. His general persona, as you can probably see by his persona, his like profile, it's quite dour, it's quite emo, it's quite like, you know, lazy, always sits by a fireplace or even in the fireplace, which is very strange, but that's kind of part of his persona. And he loves to read, and he doesn't really like getting involved in things, so this whole thing is very particular to that.
Are you sure there could be another key to the mystery somewhere else?
May well be.
We did finish investigating the actual.
I would have
crime
hoped that
scene,
Shinigami
so
would know if we needed more
could be a
keys,
good
because
idea
she's
to
the one,
search
she's our
elsewhere.
access to the mystery labyrinths that we use to solve the crime.
We can use spectral projection to enter anywhere and look.
Investigation Part 2!
We don't have much time. We have to check the rooms we can access.
Just barge in and check
Oh.
everything.
What I have behind me on my camera, behind my camera is in, on the screen, is the mini-map. You might be able to see little bits of it, but basically pretty helpful to figure out where to go here, because there are a whole bunch of different
When it comes to being the
symbols
soul, you
telling
better
us to
listen
go
what
to
I say.
particular places on this minimap. Now, the minimap has these contours and lines, which are not the easiest to figure out what they mean by, but hey, this is one of them. Can we go through it? Well, I guess we just talk here. Okay, that's fine.
So, what room is this? It seems to be locked.
I told you, it's just storage. They keep it locked up because there are some confidential documents inside. Among Us researchers, we treat
Among
it as
Us!
perpetually sealed off.
That's been used a few times, and of course, you know, the reference.
Well, unlock it right now. We need to see if the detectives are hiding inside.
The only key is held by the Peacekeeper's director.
What? Director Yomi has it?
Hmm.
Aren't there any other keys?
If this room was important, then Yomi running away incriminates him even more. Potentially. I love, by the way, and I think every single JRPG worth its salt should have a transcript. There are countless reasons, especially if you're trying to solve a murder, as to wanting a transcript, right? You might have missed something. You might have had, you know, the door knock and you ran away to see what it was, or whatever it may be. You have a pet and you have to deal with them, or whatever it may be. There are countless reasons why you want to read something a second time or miss it the first time, and so on and so forth. And I just feel like this game does things like the transcript really well. You know, you can get the voice line again if you want to hear it again for whatever reason. Maybe there's intonation
Aren't there any other
involved.
keys?
And there's also other aspects to it too. Like, I recently played Octopath Traveler 2, which, by the way, I preferred the first one to the second one. I know it's a relatively hot take, but I actually preferred the first one. And in the second Octopath Traveler 2 game, it didn't have a transcript, which I really missed. And then it also had this really difficult to use dialogue system, whereby if you accidentally pressed R1 or something, it would skip through the whole thing. And like, I wouldn't be able to get back to it, and because there's no transcript, I wouldn't be able to read what they said that I missed. And it's just like, ugh. So I really value a transcript.
No. The
Particularly
Peacekeeper's
story heavy
director
like this, but
personally
really any
manages
RPG.
this area, so he has the only key.
It also has really cool loading screens. You know, loading screen. A lot of games have loading screens where they give you sort of like tidbits of information, but often they can be like, if you ever played Soul Hackers 2, they can be huge paragraphs of information, and you have 5 seconds to read it all, and there's just no way you're gonna be able to do that in one go, right? Or in a lot of cases, including Soul Hackers 2, you can't cycle between different ones. So if you're unlucky, you just get another loading screen with something you've already read before. This game has a whole bunch of different things you can read that you can cycle through very easily. And they're also relatively short. So if you get to a loading screen, you can also see that.
Guess we don't need to look inside.
There's just so much to talk about this game. I really did
Never
enjoy it.
happened.
Right.
And these are the what do they call them? Case keys or whatever. Not just storage key, but like the new key. There's the key, which is what it's about, but then there's also this photo frame, which is a key in itself, solution key. And the solution keys have effectively replaced the truth bullets from Danganronpa. So these are ways that we can use to help progress through the mystery labyrinth and counter-argument certain phantoms and other things that we'll have to fight to prove what actually happened and discern the mystery. Peacekeeper Director Romy holds the key to the storage room. And if the storage room was important, maybe he either tipped off the criminal or was the criminal. I don't know.
Only the director has the key to this room?
Yeah.
There's
Yomi
gotta be
Housemile
some
has
kind
always
of
been
secret here.
horrid, to say the least. He's the kind of villain that likes to kill his own men as well.
Right, let's take a look inside.
We're using our ability. This is being a phantom and a ghost.
From the look of it, it seems like ordinary storage space.
The files lining the shelves appear to be mostly old research logs.
However, there'll probably be something particular of note, maybe?
Everything else is just junk and experimental tools. Guess this has nothing to do with the incident.
But again, if it has nothing to do with the incident, then maybe it's, you know, we don't have to worry about it so much. I don't know. But usually when we get some sort of solution key, there is even the most innocuous element involved. Maybe it was used as a hideout. Maybe it was used as a place to store the clothes or the weaponry or something. Or maybe this has access to be able to shut down the power or whatever. I don't know.
Nothing here seems to pertain to homunculus research or Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Kanai Ward's ultimate secret is something we've been trying to solve, and we've had various different clues to that, including homunculus research, throughout the game. It was basically charged to us at the beginning by the head honcho of our World Detective Agency or organization. I think it's organization. In a video feed right at the beginning of the game.
Huh? How do you know that?
There's a section with a missing file. He probably already disposed of anything he didn't want others to see. The secret we're looking for won't be here anymore.
So the evidence has already been destroyed.
Oh god.
After we finally
The
found
last
the
chapter
lab,
had
too.
evidence that was destroyed as well. Let's just talk.
Sorry about threatening me
Oh,
with the
really?
blade earlier.
No biggie, I guess. He literally told us he was gonna slit our throat just a few minutes ago.
I was so scared. I thought you were going to kill me. You weren't serious, were you?
Oh no, he was serious, but he has had a change of heart thanks to somebody else.
Why wouldn't I be?
Huh?
Indeed.
To tell the truth, I wouldn't know if I'd actually slash your throat until I was about to do it.
I mean, because there is definitely some difficulty in doing that kind of thing.
Although, there's a good chance Halara and the others would stop me.
Yeah. But I was worried that he had already disposed. When we had this conversation, we hadn't seen the rest of the team for a few minutes. And I had worried that the only way he was even able to do this is because he had already dispatched the rest of our group prior to even coming here. Because that could have easily happened.
So,
But thankfully, none of that.
were serious?
It would have kind of been strange for the story as a whole, like where do you go from there, but still.
I don't want to kill anyone if possible. I don't like seeing blood.
You and me both. As someone who is quite squeamish, it's quite funny that I love this series. But the pink blood really helps me.
But yes, I was serious.
Yeah, we have no reason not to think.
This guy is dangerous.
Yeah, I don't particularly like him. At least he's on. Anyway, is there really anything?
I'll find out for you.
You found something? That's Shinigami, our ghost that is haunting her. Basically our aide. But she can be quite argumentative at times.
Huh? There's a folder on the desk. The desk is covered in dust, but the folder isn't.
So the folder is new? It was just left here? After the fact? Recently?
Amaterasu lab map. Huh.
So this is
I
where
guess it's
someone disposed of the map, so this may be where the killer was disposed of the map? Maybe Yomi Hellsmile doesn't really understand or know the layout of the place that well, but they used the map to get a better understanding, and when they were done with it, they disposed of it here because they have the key, or whether maybe Yomi just gave him the key?
But it's empty inside.
All sorts of speculation can be drawn from various events.
There's nothing else here.
That was it?
Seems like we weren't able to find anything of note.
Wasn't much.
Sheesh. I was hoping this suspicious experimental lab would have a hidden passage or two.
For now, let's finish our investigation here and go to another room.
Such a pain. But I guess we have to.
Section of the files on the shelf is missing. Whatever he didn't want others to see has already been disposed of. Okay, so
This is the central lab. Chief
the blood.
was attacked
This is where we
this
found Chief
hallway.
Yaku,
Let's see if we can learn anything.
which is our leader, and we're very worried about his current condition because he had an altercation with the presumed assassin of the chapter, and he was trying to apprehend him, and things came to blows, and he obviously was on the wrong end of it, and yeah, he's been since escorted out of here, but we don't know if we will be able to save him in time.
The gory bloodstains are still here, and they're from Chief Yako. This is where he was attacked by the hitman. Damn it all! If I'd only gotten here earlier, I could have changed his fate.
Well, we don't know what his fate is yet, because he hasn't apparently died yet.
Yuma, did you see the hitman's face?
Not quite the face, and they had a mask, didn't they?
No, not clearly.
Then how do you know it was the hitman?
Yeah.
Because Chief Yako said so himself.
Was Chief Yako able to see it?
The hitman
Yeah, oh.
Fink, the slaughter artist.
I love how often I'm reminded, because I've played through 1, 2, and V3 of Danganronpa, how often there are things that remind me of previous games. There was a part, not to spoil too much, but there was a part in Danganronpa 1 in Chapter 3 where just before Hifumi passed away, but yeah, spoilers, but you know, this is like the spiritual successor to that series, and that's the first game. So if you don't want to hear it, you know, give it a few minutes. Had the last words that they spoke before they passed was Yasuhiro. And everybody thought, oh man, well if he's saying Yasuhiro, then that clearly means, and it's easy, you know, mistake to make, that could only mean one person who we knew was named Yasuhiro Hagakure. But it turned out the real thing that he was trying to say was the actual surname, because he always likes to go people by surname, I think, of someone else in the group. Someone else whose real name he knew about, but he didn't realize that we didn't know about, which was Taiko Yasuhiro. So this is kind of similar to that. This is like we heard this, we listened to this, and quite possibly what might happen is our assumption is him just saying, "Think the slaughter artist," but he never quite says necessarily he did this to me. But maybe he says go after him or whatever, and we assume that means that what he's saying is that's who did this to him. That could easily be like a red herring area. I could testify to Hitman attack. That could possibly not actually be the case. It reminds me of that part.
The knife which was used to stab Chief Yako has an F inscribed in it.
The murder weapon always used by Fink.
Yeah, but somebody else could have planted it. It's possible. Yeah, it's unlikely, but you know.
You know about it?
I did some research after we got that note from the killer.
Yeah.
I am still a detective, I suppose.
He likes reading, so we know that about him. We know about like all the characters, sort of like likes and dislikes. So, okay, this says he likes fluffy pillows, but is there anything about him reading? Not here. But like we've done quests, like side quests, to give him a book and such. I go through all these, I might be able to find one of them. What? No! Ah! I didn't do that one. Oh well. Christ, because then I didn't see it. I have to go back to the church? I'm not finding it. Yeah, oh well. Whatever. There's like a quest that we actually suggest getting, or someone who likes the look of Vivia. They wanted our advice on what to give him, and we said give him a book. So there is that.
He uses his knife to prove to his
Couldn't quite
clients
see what
that
one.
he committed the murder. Setting that aside, don't you think these bloodstains are unnatural?
You're right. There are some strange marks, like something brushed against it.
Yeah, that is very strange. But I mean, there is that gutter thing. This is reminding me actually of the third trial with the brick. And how, like, there was a blood stain on the brick because it was used to hit somebody in the head with. But yeah, that's very strange.
Considering the chaos at the time, I don't think it's odd for a mark like this to be here.
Odd for him. Don't think it's odd for him. Then why are we paying attention?
Look closer. This mark appears to have been made with someone's bloody fingertip.
Is it a dying message?
Could the chief have done it? Was he trying to tell us something?
No. It's more like he was trying to reach for something, rather than write out words.
Okay.
What could he have been reaching for?
Master, maybe it's that house plan over there.
That's the only thing you can see.
Maybe there's something about this plant.
Maybe the cabinet underneath?
Vivia! Something's hidden behind the pot! A photo and a map?
Did he put that there? He didn't reach out to get something, he reached to put something hiding so that we could find it?
Isn't this the map of this lab?
Could it have been taken from that folder in storage? But why would it be here?
Because this is where the killer disposed of it?
As for the photo, I have no idea.
The photo shows a young man and a woman. The woman looks like she's wearing a lab coat. Is she a researcher here?
Is this the doctor as a younger individual? Dr. Huasca?
The man is covered with blood. I can't see his face very well.
You keep staring at that photo. Did you fall in love with the woman? You really fall for every girl, huh?
This is what Shinigami is like.
I'm just checking for clues.
This is a clue? You don't know the connection between the case and this photo?
Well, it could be a clue, more like.
I don't. But it has to be a clue. This bloodstain was made by Chief Yako as he tried to hide this behind the pot. He left this clue and made sure the culprit didn't find it.
Yeah, like I say, Yaku wasn't reaching for something. He was trying to put something in, so
He's not dead!
Full plan of the lab is found hidden behind a houseplant. Photo of a young man and woman. Alright, so there are a couple more explanations. How I get there is not true.
This is the robot lab.
I do enjoy finding the shards, but I think I've already done that for the most part.
Hey, listen up. The reason Dr. Wesker died is because he deserved it.
Hello.
It's called karma.
So you're the prime suspect, then?
He always insulted my research. Serves him right! Serves him right!
We're also doing the kicking. Because we found a kick mark
That must have hurt.
on Anapel.
This is also his fault. They still haven't come back with that armor pal I lent them. I'll take a bath with it once it comes back to me. Oh, but that means I need to start research on waterproofing it.
You're not the smartest scientist then if you're going to electrocute yourself.
I think I've seen something I shouldn't have.
He certainly has a grudge against Dr. Huesca.
Motive.
I guess it's easy to find out what people are really thinking when you're in ghost form.
When they think you can't see them.
My forte exposes anyone's inner life and encourages them to tell the truth. That being said, it's thanks to this ability that no one comes near me anymore.
They don't want to give you their secrets.
Which is what makes you special, Yuma.
Which is why you want to kill him?
You think so?
You're way too naive, Master. It's pretty much a sickness at this point.
You can't exactly talk. So.
I'm getting excited here!
Okay.
There's a manual for Amapal. I already know most of the controls, but I should read this. Amapal can be controlled via a special tablet device. Watch the camera feed from Amapal's eyes while you use the key buttons to control it.
We had to. Excuse me. We had to do all
mic
this.
to communicate via voice. For safety, the ends of the arms are ball-shaped, but can still be used for actions such as pressing buttons. However, while extending or retracting an arm, the controls for the camera and body do not function.
Yeah, we had to do that as well. And make sure that we didn't move.
This is to prevent the arm's wires from being tangled when children handle it roughly. It has a load capacity of 100 kilograms and is durable enough to withstand most falls.
What, the kicking? Even though that wasn't really a fault, you being knocked over?
The sales pitch does say, withstand play with your rowdiest kids, and tough enough for an elephant to stand on.
It's exactly as the researcher told us.
Maybe it was him who wrote it.
Yeah, there isn't much other information.
Amapal Custodian has many features. I kind of know that already, that's fairly generic. Presumably it's something else.
This place?
I think they might be testing robots in here.
How else would you check if they handle high voltages and toxic gas?
I don't think that's what they were testing for.
Okay, so that's not it? So what is it?
I'm starting
Well,
to
look
get
at all the different
attached.
versions.
I think we could be
cute.
friends.
Like an evolution of it. Amapal for Amaterasu.
Come on, let's go! Go, go, go!
Do we have anything else to find here, or is that it? Like, if I try leaving, it just let me leave. Oh, okay. And there's no more exclamation mark on the map, so that must be it. I'm not entirely sure how I get in here. Circulating it, but it doesn't seem to. Oh! Oh! Yeah, they do like having the audio unbalanced in this game with the O.
We can see inside the lab from here. It looks like the special staircase goes even further down.
I'm really digging the vibe here. It's like they set out to make the most cyberpunk looking place ever.
There's that. How do I get in? Now we're here, we can go down this way.
There's another one, Master!
Number one. This shard? We never got to go down here last.
This is the electrical room.
Yeah, the power went down. There was
Reason for
another blackout. Yeah.
Let's check it out!
And get a recent records on how it went. I'm writing the poem there. For the recent blackout.
This is.
I wonder what this device is. It's way bigger than what we saw in the lab.
It's probably a machine for recording research logs, right?
There's no way I can find out right now. Let's look elsewhere.
What about over there?
It's really true. I saw someone suspicious right here.
This is the same voice actress as the teacher in that Desihiko was playing.
Was it before or after the
in the
black?
third murder case.
Right after the blackout. I happened to be nearby when the lights went out, so I came here to turn the power back on. And I saw a dark silhouette pass right through the shadows.
That doesn't really tell me much.
Right. What's his name? Yeah.
Please believe me, it must have been the hitman.
So someone suspicious was wandering around here right after the blackout.
They turned off the power
Does that mean it was caused by the hitman? Why would he do that?
to switch off the defense system. But that would require still his ability to get through that after and not have anything recovered beforehand. Right after the blackout, researcher witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. Electrical room island. I believe that's all.
You better hurry or you'll run out of time.
By the way, what made you suddenly decide you wanted to take part in the investigation?
Didn't I just tell you why? There's no mistake that the truth you seek is dangerous, where peace and quiet may crumble away. But I remember the chief's words. Beyond the truth may be something far more important. I must see what it could be.
Sheesh. I don't get it. What in the world is he talking about?
That's Vivian for you. Oh, hell.
There are a bunch of switchboards. Looks like the lab's power system. If this was shut down, there'd be a power outage in the lab.
Yeah.
All of the power to the lab seems to be managed here.
Interesting how he says lab, but the words say facility.
Wait. I don't see a switchboard for Dr. Weska's lab.
It's hard to tell, I'd say, to look at it just from here. Regardless. But you could just switch them all off. But of course, is this probably what they're going to talk about? Dr. Weska did mention, this is probably what's going to happen next year. Yuma's going to say, that's right! I remember Dr. Weska talk about how his lab and the security systems around it are on a separate power source, separate switchboard or whatever, than everything else. So if there was a blackout here, it does not mean it would have any relevance to his safety, but as we know, he wasn't safe and the murder got the criminal, the assassin got him in.
That reminds me, Dr. Weska said the critical lab was on an independent system.
This critical lab operates on a separate power system that obviously includes its security measures.
I see.
That was a rather indifferent response from Vivia.
That's concerning.
Maybe he's bored with the investigation?
Maybe he's the killer. That's why he doesn't want the truth to be exposed, because he'll die when they do the mystery lab. The critical lab security system operates on a separate power system than what is managed in the electrical room, which we already had heard about. You can have everything. Oh wait, no.
Yep. Use the stairs so you don't get fat.
Oh, weird. It's not here, but it is here. There's something over here, maybe? Not even going in here.
Yeah.
A number of cylinders are lined up, like to stretch out in the room. I don't think we'll find any clues here, but shall try elsewhere.
Okay. Why is there a thing here? There's an exclamation mark. Hard to tell. How do I close in on that map? Zoom in on map. Is that on?
I see.
Hey, is it true that Dr. Weska was killed?
This might be what the map
Yeah.
said. So
Just like
wasn't
that
that
note
good.
said. But why send a death threat? It'd be a lot easier to take someone out if you don't announce it beforehand.
It's a hitman we're talking about. Maybe it's his policy or something.
That's a good point. What was the purpose of sending that note? Plus, not only was it sent to the targets, the doctor,
Sent to
it
the
was also
detective
sent to the peacekeepers and our detective agency.
Doing
Get
that
everybody
would just
gathered.
increase security around here. making
what
it even
purpose?
harder for the hitman to do his job.
According to my research about Fink, the slaughter artist, he's never sent a note like that in his previous cases. At the very least, it was not his MO.
Modus operandi, method of operation.
So, this time is special?
No, it's because it's not him.
Well,
someone's.
who knows?
This happens a few times. Someone is. Oh god. No, I didn't want to do that. I hate doing that. I have to get over here. Okay. Often there are things that happen, like Danganronpa 2 Chapter 3, and other things too, whereby even like Danganronpa 1 Chapter 2, where there's like a well-known sort of like killer, like Genocide Jack, or there's a play that you watch in the middle of Chapter 3 that talks about killing and how certain murders have been done. And then that gets copied by the criminal of the trial of the mystery labyrinth, whatever. And this is just looking like yet another one of those like copycat deals. Even in this game already, we had the Nailman, and then we had the Nailman's copycat, which was the enthusiast of the Nailman. So it happens a lot. Death threat was sent not only to the target, Dr. Wesker, but also to the Peacekeepers Nocturnal Detective Agency. However, according to Vivia's investigation, there has never been a case where Fink was authorized to issue death threat. Happens to current cases special. No, it's just because it's done by some copycat. This is.
This reminds me. You went
Let's go
inside
to
Dr.
all of the
Wesker's
things that I
lab
can
before,
find.
right?
The map is looking weird.
Yeah, just once. I was forced to help deliver some food to him. I think it was about 3 months ago.
And he's been shut in there since, right? I'd go insane.
But the doctor was famous for being antisocial. It was probably the perfect environment.
Anti-multiplayer. Yes.
Still,
Anti-multiplayer.
This is a bit extreme for the sake of
Multi.
avoiding people.
An eye made out of malt. You know, like
Anyway,
Maltesers?
when I
Imagine
brought
the
in the
inside
food,
of a Malteser.
He made me check inside those boxes
eye
repeatedly to make sure
made
no
out
one
of
was
malt.
inside.
Multi.
Not that there was any space for someone to hide in. The guy was just paranoid like that.
Not multiplayer, but multiplayer. Oh my god. Oh, look! Well, you can't see it, but the exclamation mark that was there is now gone. That's cool. Ah. Where else? They should say that the investigation is concluded by now, right? Maybe there's something else they want me to check and leave around.
It's a machine with space for something to be placed inside. I have no idea what it's used for.
Well,
If only you were in ghost form, you could touch it and find out.
Only you were in ghost form, does it mean? Oh no, wait, no. Where? But we can go across.
Even if I had my buddy, I wouldn't touch this. I might break it.
Yeah, not only that. Surely in ghost form we could go through this this block.
This inspection equipment looks like it's meant for use on humans.
yeah, that's
Body mods are so exciting.
I'm not excited at all. Doesn't look like it's been used recently. Probably unrelated to the case.
Hey!
Looks like it's packed full of research data.
That's true.
It doesn't look like it's working. I wonder if that's due to the blackout.
I don't think we need to spend any more time here. It's not like you can even touch anything anyway.
It doesn't end the investigation. I don't know what's going to end the investigation. Presumably something will. I'm sure what. I don't even go through here. South. I don't know. To head back? We just have to head back. Maybe if we just head back.
I think that's
There
about
we
it.
go. That's what I was waiting for. Sometimes it's hard to find the prompt.
I think I checked what I can here.
There we go. That's what I was hoping for. Like, I was trolling everywhere to find the end investigation because I was like, where else?
I think I've checked everything I could.
I knew it! You didn't get any clues for the case.
We have learned a lot here.
What?
But what do we learn?
That's all I can do to help. After all, I'm more interested in the story than the truth. I think we should return to our bodies soon. There's not much time left.
Oh, then I'll go back too.
It is. So this is the loading screen, right? You can switch between them, and they're only like very short. His bandage's like wrappings beneath his coat, so it wouldn't be accurate to call it clothing and things like that. There's about to think, and they always update per chapter. That's another cool thing about it. All these are like new to this chapter. Like the Think one wasn't here last time because before this chapter we had no reason to know who Think even was. So I think it's much better done than a lot of other games have tried. You know, Dragon Quest XI tried, Soul Hackers 2 tried. None of them have those free aspects that I think makes this one so much better. One, it's always relevant to each chapter. Two, you can switch between a whole bunch of them that allow you to read something unique rather than necessarily and get to all of them eventually, rather than, you know, be stuck on the same one because you rolled the die and it's not good. And like, thirdly, they're all short enough to be able to read in the time that's given.
Well,
that's really good.
I managed to get a lot more information thanks to Vivia's help.
Whatever, just tell us what you found. We don't have time.
Sure.
Into black. Where's Fubuki and Halara?
So nothing you found leads us directly to the culprit. Oh, damn.
Yeah, sorry.
If only we could get a
there it
glimpse of Dr. Weska's computer.
What could we learn from that?
The security logs. They should be saved on the doctor's computer. If we could check the logs, we could clearly see the security system status. With that, we may be able to figure out when and how the culprit entered the lab.
Can't you check the logs with that computer instead?
I can see that the log file exists, but you must log onto the doctor's computer to see what's inside.
So if it was deleted, you could
You were
see
in the
that.
doctor's lab. Why didn't you check his computer?
Yeah, asshole. He's also a ghost, so he couldn't.
You cannot touch anything while using spectral projection. So obviously, we couldn't mess with a computer either.
And we tried. We actually did investigate the computer, and we looked at it, and Shinigami pointed out, "Oh, it's so sad. I know what it feels like not to be able to touch anything." Da, 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 da. We already been through that.
Well, why didn't you possess a peacekeeper in the room and make him order the others to do it?
We don't have that ability. You mean? I mean, I guess Shinigami has that ability, possibly. But there were 2 peacekeepers. And how did you know there was a peacekeeper in the room anyway? Did we tell you that? I guess we did. But there were 2, not just 1.
Don't be unrealistic, please. The ghost form isn't
No,
all
but
powerful
Shinigami
like
can.
that.
But can she only control dead people?
It cannot take over someone else's body, nor can it be heard. In fact, You weren't able to hear the conversation between Yuma and me when we were using spectral projection.
Because otherwise you'd all suspect me because I tried to kill you.
Master, I think you should carefully remember that spectral projection trait.
Which one? There's several.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Because you think like I do that Vivia did this.
No reason. I just have a feeling.
That Vivia is the murderer? Ghost form traits as heard from Vivia. There are several limitations. Yes. Heard and can't speak and can by someone else's body and can't touch anything. It would be very difficult with all those traits to be able to kill someone just with your ghost form. Cannot take over someone else's body nor can
Since it can't be done with spectral projection, someone has to go back there and look at the doctor's computer, right?
It could be disguise. But we need to, you know... Is the safety still down? That you can just walk in?
That's basically jumping right into enemy territory.
That's what you do best, there you go. Is he dead now?
This is bad. His heartbeat.
Are you serious? Is the chief gonna be alright?
Don't just
Defibrillator?
Right.
Chief, please
Need a
stay with us.
defibrillator.
It was only a matter of time to begin with, but it looks like that time has come.
On the chief.
No! What should I do? At this rate, it'll be over for everyone.
Well, it'll be over for the chief.
Chief Yako, Halara, Fubuki, Tsuhiko,
They're
and
not
even
all dead.
Vivia. I refuse to let it end without saving anyone.
To be honest, even if you want to go to the mystery labyrinth, you
Are you
don't have enough
serious?
clues.
Really, still?
So you're saying we can't do anything until we check the doctor's computer?
Hey, Master. You've always been relying on others until now. Isn't it time for you to do this yourself? You may be a trainee, but you're still a detective. Try to save everyone on your own.
Get yourself killed. Right.
On my own?
Nah, I guess you're not the type. Just teasing ya.
Yeah, that's what teasers do, Shinigami.
Yuma, what's wrong?
I'm heading back to check the doctor's computer. We have to find the final clue.
Wow.
Wait, are you heading in there as yourself? Do you know what you're doing, Yuma? It's all over if you go out there and get caught.
Thanks to our investigation while in ghost form, I have an idea where the Peacekeepers are located.
I don't.
Now is our only chance before Yomi comes back with more Peacekeepers.
All right. I'll leave the investigation to you, Yuma.
Hey, are you sure about this?
Our hands are full just trying to treat the chief. We have no choice but to leave it to Yuma. The doctor's computer should have the security log and other important data hidden inside.
Right, I'll see to it.
I should join you. That way, if you get caught, I can use my forte.
No, Fubuki. Please save your power for when everyone is in danger.
What if everyone decides to dick trickle one after another, and then you'll never have a situation where everyone is in danger because they'll all do stupid dumb shit on their own like you are.
I'll be fine.
Anyway.
Reversing time takes a lot of energy, right? It should be saved as a last resort.
What if that's never a viable situation for that?
All right.
I'll stay here as well.
You're not gonna come chase us?
You should go.
There is nothing for me to do. Besides, even if we found the truth, it would not improve the situation here.
So you're just gonna give up? You gotta be kidding! Fine, I won't waste time asking you anything anymore. Just go to sleep or whatever. Yuma, you're our only hope. Show him you're no longer just a rookie.
Right, I'm heading off now.
Master, you're acting pretty cool.
Yeah, don't get too much hard, Shinigami. We still have Kurumi Wendy to think about.
I am a detective after all. Well, a trainee one.
Been training for a
Seems
few
like my
chapters.
training is working.
Working to get him killed?
Regarding the clumsy girl's time rewinding power, you should probably keep that in mind too.
You kidding me?
Huh? Why?
It probably has nothing to do with the case. Just a feeling. You know, just in case.
Sure.
Oh shit. Oh no. That is possible. If you... Again, it's a separate system, right? But the separate system doesn't mean it means it's not going to be it. But they might well end up trying to say, oh, I know what she did. She shut down the power, then went back up, or rewind time, went back up, and then as the time for the power was being shut down, she then used that time to get across. The Biggie's Forte can turn back time, but we know it's separate power. It was used while controlling Emma. You gotta keep your eyes and ears open.
All right, let's move
Think about
carefully so the
what and
peacekeepers don't
how
spot us.
they could have used things. Like the time rewind ability. How that would be used. And of course, if you do disable the power, but you're not there because you disabled the power.
Master, did you forget? There are peacekeepers up ahead.
How would I know that? How do I know when the peacekeepers are? I've read most of these already now. But it's cool that you can.
I managed to get here without being seen, but there should be more peacekeepers.
The only reason why I was
ahead.
able to get through all of them is because of the system.
I better keep moving and stay out of sight.
Wait, what if some toxic gas is still lingering around? Nah, just kidding.
One of the things about the gas is it gets dispersed very quickly in a larger situation, which is why this is usually a locked room, a tight locked room, is because in this particular space and environment, it's too small for it to not escape and cause, kill people. But if it's in a much wider, dispersed outside, it becomes harmless. That's one of the things they say.
I knew it. There are still some peacekeepers. But once I'm at the computer, I'll be in their blind spot.
Until then, I'm not going to be.
How are you going to get past them?
I just need to reach the computer without being seen.
This mission is impossible. Master, you gotta make sure you don't get clumsy.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do, but just move forward.
There's no time. We need to hurry up and check the... All that's left is to check the computer.
Lovely.
Who's there?
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh no!
That was dumb.
Jeez, I told you not to get clumsy.
Yeah, well, so much for that.
You're that terrorist detective. How did you get here?
I'll catch you and report to Director Yomi.
Master, you'll have to take a chance in the mystery labyrinth.
Wait, I didn't check the computer yet. I have to do that before going to the mystery labyrinth.
Then what are you gonna do?
What do I do?
You're stupid enough to bloody knock the can.
Just come quietly. Resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile.
What's the matter?
Vivia!
Sheesh. What a pain.
Very
I want to die someday.
You keep saying that. He loves saying the same thing.
Vivia, you came to help me?
They'll always find some answer.
I always like to keep this syringe in my pocket.
But then again, every single time we've gone to the mystery labyrinth past the first one, chapter 0, it's been in conjunction with one of the other team members. So first we went with Halara, then we went to Desahiko, then we went with Ibuki, and it's Vivia's turn to go along with us. That is still on the cards.
He walks around with a syringe. He's like a walking cop magnet.
Huh?
I know I should leave you alone, but curiosity got the best of me. You are like death itself.
Are you sure? Or is he just asking for death?
You said that before, but I'm not the death detective.
No matter. I will be a witness to the end. Once you obtain the truth, I'll see if you choose to scream or fall silent.
I
Those are edgy
don't get
words.
what you mean, but you really saved me. And now I can check the doctor's computer. Vivia really helped us out there. Let's wrap up this investigation now. It's not locked. Oh, thank goodness.
No one could enter this room, so we didn't need to set a password.
Time to check it out. Let's see. Security log, reference folder 1, folder 2, folder 3.
Well, what are you looking at? And what did you
Is there not
find
a quicker
out?
way to kind of like discern which one have been changed, like date modified?
Well, basically, when the security system is turned on or off, it automatically
But
records
just look
the
up
date
date
and time in the
modified,
log.
right? Organize it by that, and then the one at the top will be the one you need.
So if someone cut the security and entered this room without permission, it will be recorded in the
Instead
log.
of going through them individually.
Huh. I don't really get it. I'm not into modern machines and
Or
stuff.
is they all gonna be like...
Huh? What's going on here?
What's wrong?
The only instance of the security being switched off was an hour ago. It hasn't been turned back on since, so... That means this must have been when I used Amapal to disable the security.
Right. So what?
Well, the last time security was cut was 90 days ago.
90 days?
Which means that security was up for at least 90 days before I disarmed it. There wasn't a single moment that security was cut during that time.
Unless you rewind time. Records show the security system was disabled an hour ago when we were using Amapal. The last time it was disabled before that was 90 days ago.
This old man was cooped up in here for 90 days? He's a bona fide shut-in!
That's not the problem here. There's no record of anyone coming in and out of this room. There should be a log of the hitman entering before we did. Since there isn't, the doctor couldn't have been murdered here. It's the perfect, impossible crime.
Oh, here we go
From
again.
the looks of it, it appears we have strayed further from the truth.
That's good for you, right? Because he doesn't want the truth to be revealed.
The files are formatted to prevent editing. There doesn't
read
appear
only.
to be signs that the log was rewritten.
We've checked to the data, but it's just made the crime even more impossible.
You sure?
And thus, the mystery deepens. Mysterious.
It's not over yet. There could be more secret data. Halara even mentioned it. His emails haven't been deleted. He's been communicating a lot with the same person. One message is fairly recent, too.
From X5 % ampersand at HKGTA, what, Grand Theft Auto? 70 to Doctor. Doctor, we have trouble. Someone has discovered our deal. We should go into hiding. Okay. Because of the deal? Was that Makoto? Did Makoto make a deal? Or was it the underling? Did Makoto find out about the deal? We haven't seen Makoto in forever now. From Doctor to X5 % ampersand at HKGTA 70. It appears it's time to call it quits. We've profited enough from this already. It's too dangerous to leak research and confidential information any longer. I shall fully withdraw from here. With this money, I will fund my new research. From X5 % ampersand at HKGTA 70 to Doctor, all the rumors true. You intend to leave Kanai Ward. Doctor, don't tell me you're plotting to take the research and run. I hope you already know this, but you have nowhere to go. From X5 % ampersand at HKGTA 70 to Doctor, what's the matter, Doctor? Are you ignoring me? I will not permit any betrayal. I told you before, but you have nowhere to run. Prepare yourself.
This is...
Rat. F-Rat. Not quite. Explicitly. But certainly something that could be motive for what happened.
Quite a suspicious exchange. I'm sure Doctor refers to Dr. Huesca. Who is the anonymous person?
The address is just random characters jumbled together. It'd be hard to figure out who the person is just from this.
The doctor spoke to a mysterious person about leaking research and confidential information.
Speaking of which, Makoto mentioned something similar.
What? Makoto definitely said that there was like an underling working for Dr. Huesca who would need to be dealt with. But do you think that's the murderer?
Well, this is just a rumor, but someone in Amaterasu Corporation is working behind the scenes with Dr. Huesca.
That. Working behind the scenes with, so like an underling. Understand.
I don't know what they're plotting, but if this rumor is true, they must be dealt with eventually.
Yeah, I remember. This is when we were initially going down to this, with the elevator at Amaterasu.
So his suspicions were right. Searching through the backlog of the emails, this appears to have been going on for over 5 years.
Really?
But it seems like their relationship soured about 6 months ago. I guess the doctor wanted to cut ties.
There's no guess. The doctor said, I will take this funding and fund my research and leave.
So the doctor plotted to leave Kanai Ward, and this anonymous tried to stop him.
Well, they definitely stopped him, because the doctor can't be leaving anywhere now that he's dead.
It's more like he directly threatened him, if you ask me.
I don't think it was that direct, but it certainly was quite threatening language. Yuki! The email records of Dr. Huesca and Anonymous. There was regular communication between them until just recently. Doctor's email record.
Could Anonymous be the one who hired the hitman?
Or even be the hitman. And doing the cover-up, pretending and passing it off as, you know, think when it's actually not think at all.
The doctor betrayed him, so he sought to kill the doctor. Makes sense.
That's quite fucked up logic.
The doctor didn't shut himself in here just for research. He did it to protect himself.
Yeah, but hindsight 2020.
He felt Anonymous posed a threat, so he barricaded himself in a lab with impenetrable security.
Except it was penetrable. And I remember talking again that Shinigami had said in the very first chapter in the train, make sure you don't close the door behind the rooms. You don't want to get trapped in with the murderer. And I said then that that would be potentially a quite obvious downfall. And
it also makes sense.
I'm glad it makes sense.
But he sure didn't act like someone living with a death threat, right?
He didn't really want to talk to us at all.
Either he was that confident in his security,
He certainly was.
or it was just a facade.
I don't think it's the same.
Regardless, this Anonymous is very suspicious. If only we could find
I mean,
out who
they're
this is.
basically either the killer or the executor, the adjudicator, the
Even if
person
that person
carried
hired the
hospital.
hitman, we still don't know how he got inside.
True, that is the biggest puzzle here. How did the culprit get through such perfect security and murder the doctor? If we don't figure that out, the case can't be solved and our innocence can't be proven.
Huh?
Uh-oh. Now we need to go in the mystery lab?
What are you doing here?
You again?
Mystery lab time.
What are you, anyway? Were you born just to get my way?
So there's a good chance Yomi Hellsmile will be dead by the time we leave the mystery labyrinth, thus allowing this situation to be resolved. And he is likely to have been. He's the only one with the key to the storage room, which we found the map in and things like that.
Or was this all
How do we?
fated from
How
the very
when
beginning?
when we come out of this particular situation, because it's almost
Fate
certain,
is
right,
just an excuse
that
for
this is where
defeatists.
we use the mystery labyrinth power, which is what Shinigami's power is. I'll go. You'll see that in a sec. We will come out in this exact same situation, yet something will happen that will allow us to be okay. And one of those things that could easily happen is that all of a sudden Yomi Hellsmile is no longer around. If he's the murderer and he's the culprit, then that will get, which, you know, I mean, if he's gone, then how many more chapters does this game even have? But anyway.
Alright, fine. You're not just some shit in my path.
You're an active problem that I will deal with. You're done now.
You're an obstacle in the way of my ideals. A piece of trash.
And now you're going to dispose of me. Except, mystery labyrinth time, cut the time, come back, and all of a sudden you're not having to be worried about it.
Trash must be dealt with properly.
So
Before
he's
you
the
rot
guilty
and start
party?
to stink!
Is that what we're saying? Because how do you get out of this situation?
What's your name?
There may be other ways.
Yuma Coco Head.
That should be the response every time he does that.
I see. I'll make
I
a
want you to
path for Kai
laugh.
Ward soon
I want you to
with
laugh in
your
a way
name
that, like, pretends that you're trying to hide it. Just you what? What's your name again? I want that response because it's such a stupid name.
It'll be named after your bones once they're dumped there.
Man.
Hey! Capture these criminals! I'll execute them on the spot!
Okay. Lovely.
Shinigami, can you do it?
Yes.
Of course, Master!
Here we go, Sailor Moon time! Woo!
Finally acting like
Yeah!
partners. And of course, it's all thanks to my patient training.
To the mystery labyrinth.
Alright, Mystery Labyrinth!
This is Shinigami's quite attractive. This is that good. And presumably we have Rivia to tag along.
This. I see. So this is your true power.
No, this is Shinigami's true power. Our true power is coalescence.
Yuma, I knew you were dangerous.
No
Shinigami.
matter what you say, it's already way too late.
This is nice.
I want to die someday.
He loves to say that, and he says that over and over again. He's much cuter than Junko. But I like Wendy Karumi, man. Junko I didn't think was particularly attractive. Okay, so I have to admit, when I went through those requests, you may have noticed that I had unsolved one. I didn't quite finish one, which was this blasted nun from the second trial again. I'm going to redo. I thankfully saved just before the point of no return, so I can go back and do that and finish that. I want to, if I can, and with my save files, I will be able to. You know, get that cleared and out of the way, squared away, and then the next time that we come back here, I probably want to like just run through all that off stream. Not like read anything, not do any of the stuff as a streamer or any of that, you know, let everything play out. Go through it as quickly as possible and then get back here to this point for the next stream so that I have that done. Because I didn't know I didn't finish it, and I would rather have. I've been pretty on top of everything as much as I know so far. I would like that to continue. I love this series, I love these games, and I would really like to try and do my best in them. If that means going back to that, then I will do so. So I will not save, because I will be doing off-stream stuff to catch up this section. I'll have to relay between what I currently have and what I had then, so that I know what other shards I'll need to get, which are like collectibles that I found throughout the game. There have been a couple that I've got since that point that I remember. But yeah, so I'm not saving that, and I am going to end soon. You've done 3 hours, pretty good. And it's quite late here as well. Almost late. We'll watch this whole thing unfold. We'll get to the part that I usually like to stop, which is just before the Mystery Labyrinth starts. When we're in the Mystery Labyrinth. And then I'll do all that. And I'll also probably upgrade my stuff as well. Because right now, one of the things that is disappointing and upsetting, but it's just part of it. You'll notice I have 6 SP. I have 9 memory cap slots available. I can make some upgrades, and I would like to be able to do some upgrades. Probably get more health, because health is still a bit of an issue. And use the stuff. If I use this now, yeah, I'll just show you right now. We'll equip it, yeah. We might not equip it just yet. I want to show status. So my status is 1700 out of 1700. If I equip it now, because I am in the Mystery Labyrinth, if I equip this for plus 300 health, you will notice that we do not get that additional 300 health. It doesn't add the total. Well, it adds the maximum. It doesn't add your current. In order to do that and to get it current to 2000, you will want to do this before even the Mystery Labyrinth is entered. Before any of that. Before I even do the computer stuff. But I'll do this all off stream. Hopefully. I should be. Anyway, that's my plan. We'll run this.
Falling. Why can't it ever be a
We'll get into the
landing?
labyrinth, and then I'm gonna fall.
Oh, Vivia. This is called the Mystery Labyrinth.
So,
But I
this
love it.
place is a physical manifestation of
They're not really
mysteries from the
JRPGs,
case.
but I love them.
You can tell? Oh, well,
A
anyway,
lot of my emails
this
are
actually isn't my forte. It's...
Due to
I'm
the
actually
power of death.
interested in having another emote
Her,
from this game.
right?
As it were.
Huh?
I want Adrena
So
think.
you really could see
And I
me
want
this
it to be a
whole time.
Fubuki. Because she's such a ditzy, funny, silly character.
It's due to my spiritual
Having a
affinity.
think of her
Ever since I was young,
with a
I've been
particular
able to
nuance
see
showing that she's
otherworldly things.
she's not so much dumb as she's almost
My
like
forte
and as someone
was
with
gained through
highly
training
functioning
that innate
Asperger's, I
talent.
feel like this I'm okay to say this.
Though
It's almost like she has Asperger's.
wasn't
A
able
lot
to
of
see
her
her
understanding of
clearly
things.
like this
It's like
before.
if you know the story Curious Dog and the Tale in the
tell you were
Nighttime, I
talking
forget,
to some
written
haze
by an
following
autistic
you
person.
around.
And trying to
That was
explain
it.
what autism is like. It's like that they took
Until
that
one
book
day,
and were like,
I
this is
used
the
my
character that
spectral
I want to
projection at the
build in
agency
this Fubuki.
and saw that death
But in
god
a comical
clear
way.
as crystal. After that, I did some research. I discovered that the WDO Underground Book Vault held something called the Book of Death. And also, that someone had taken it.
Did I take it? Before I lost my memories?
I don't know. Since you're a
I
rookie,
really want a Fubuki.
I doubt you'd have access
Even
to the
though
book
I like Kurumi Wendy more.
Only a handful of people have WDO clearance for that.
Yeah, this is from that
Just a handful?
memory.
Anyway, you've been using this ability to solve the other cases up till now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is also related to the mysterious
Yeah.
deaths of all those culprits?
You know a lot. Good for you. Also, what he doesn't know
My
is that his
guess
memory
is
is sealed in his.
Clearing a labyrinth, a materialization of a mystery, causes its true perpetrator to die.
Yes.
If that's the
All
case,
of this is correct.
you've killed a
No,
lot
I
of
haven't.
people with your own hands.
Bullshit. For starters, I didn't make them kill anybody. Their actions led to their deaths. If they didn't kill anyone, they wouldn't be dead. So they have the responsibility for doing their crimes. Second, I don't actually, as in Yuma, I say I, but I mean Yuma, don't actually do the part that cleanses the soul. That's Shinigami. That's not me. I'm being haunted by Shinigami. You know, Yuma's being haunted by Shinigami. That's just Shinigami's fault. So, no. Absolutely not. Zero responsibility. For one, the murderers are murderers not through anything I did, but because of their own volition. That's on them. And then secondly, Shinigami is the one that executes them. It's not to do with me. No. Can't be. It's not my responsibility. What happens, happens. It's like saying, you know, because a lawyer did his job, a criminal is not going to be able to see their family. And so the lawyer ruined that criminal's Christmas because they would spend it with their family. And bullshit. The lawyer did their job. The judge and the jury found that the lawyer that was prosecuting the criminal was correct. One wins the case. The judge gives the sentence, and then the criminal goes and doesn't get to see their family anymore. That's not the lawyer's responsibility. I find that very irritating. Because you cannot pin any of that on Yuma. That's not Yuma's fault.
Well,
at all.
I didn't really kill anyone.
No, you didn't.
It's just what happens.
Murderers
when...
do the murdering, and Shinigami does the execution. It's got nothing to do with it. He didn't choose to get haunted. You know? Yuma didn't choose to get haunted.
Nope. I may be the one reaping their souls, but the blood is still
That
on
is
your
bullshit.
hands.
It's because you don't want to take your responsibility of it. No way. Never.
Hey!
That is right.
No point in pretending to be a goody two-shoes. You're risking your life to solve these mysteries.
Yes, and that is being a goody two-shoes. To find the answer, to solve the mystery, to do all those things. They are one and the same. Anyway.
I see. So you're determined to do this, huh?
And what about you?
Sorry, but I don't think I have that kind of conviction myself.
You also don't have yourself being haunted by this obnoxious bitch that won't stand up for you.
So, I think I'll take a nap here while you go and risk your life.
I don't think that's possible.
You can sleep if you want, but you won't be able to get out.
Okay. Tantamount same thing.
Is that so?
She said it. Believe her or not.
If you're not with Master when and if he solves the labyrinth, this place will collapse around you. Well, if you don't have any regrets in the real world, you're free to die here.
Oh, wow. Yes, if you die here, you die there too. That's another thing. Like nature.
Regrets? I don't have any of those. But there are still some things I've left unfinished. Especially after you exposed the mystery of this case.
What do you mean by that?
I'll be perfectly clear. I'm just going to tag along. I'll leave the heavy lifting to you.
Yeah, I get it. You want to get out of here. That's fine. Whatever.
I don't care
Stop trying
what
to give
you
me a
do,
lecture
just
on
don't
morals.
get in our way.
A.K.A. Sing.
Well, Master, let's do the usual.
This is nice.
Yeah, okay.
Master.
No, I don't
are
think
you
Vivian
ready
is the
to
type to
give
get
your
jealous.
life for the truth.
And I don't like this line, because it makes me think Yuma's already dead.
I am.
Oh no, anime! They're going too far. Forget the full-on naked sex scene in KCD or the blowjob in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That's fine, because that's an adult game. But this is anime. It's... Whatever else, hypocrisy. Very nice.
Is that sword for cutting through mysteries? This place must be pretty dangerous.
Blah. I'm not really into
Here you
that.
go, Master. Here's your solution key.
Thanks.
Is that key something like a clue for the case?
That's exactly what it is. And it's used as weaponry to arm ourselves against the phantoms and other obstacles in the Mystery Labyrinth.
Wow. Looks like you're ready to go.
Could you be more of a doubter? Whatever.
That's his
I'm gonna
persona!
try
I'm
you.
surprised you haven't noticed yet.
So let's go and unriddle this mystery labyrinth.
Yeah!
Let's hunt down this culprit who preys on the truth.
We have to walk? This is unbearable.
'Cause it's a game!
Boo, 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 boo. Unbearable, you say? Like Monokuma? Unbearable.
Come on, you're bumming me out here.
I thought you were going to ignore him.
Yeah, she's all cool.
Say, Vivia, do you remember anything about the case?
You mean Dr. Huesca's murder? Or are you talking about when Chief Yako was attacked?
Huh? You remember? Everyone else that came here lost their memories.
That's pretty rare.
That's not
Must be
good.
because of his whole spiritual thing.
So the others lost their memories. That's why no one remembers this death god.
How rude of them. It's thanks to yours truly that those cases got solved.
Yes, and that the murderer got rightfully
This might go
punished.
lessons with
Thanks to
Fugity
you.
before Vivia.
You're responsible.
But Vivia is the only one who came into the mystery labyrinth.
Well, it's not going to be pretty if he remembers all this.
Guess
afterwards.
coalescence got overwritten. Maybe it only takes the most recent ability.
What are you talking about? No, we used coalescence with Vivia. That's literally how we got to use our spectral form to begin with.
I don't know either.
No, we did
You
definitely
know?
use it.
But coalescence is your power, Shinigami.
Nonsense. That's your power.
Relax, will ya? Minor detail.
You would have been better off with Fubuki. She would have been far more useful for this
I
case.
mean, she won't remember, which would
It
be
doesn't
helpful.
matter anyway. No one can use their forte here.
Oh. So now I really don't have to do anything. Thank goodness. What a relief.
Jeez! You ever think your lack of motivation could be contagious?
Hey, relax.
Alright. That Vivia character sounds like the very perfect character. Again, like, reminds me a lot of Yusuke. Yusuke, as I like to call him, because I don't like him. In P5. And I'm amazed they didn't pick Matt Mercer. Maybe he's too expensive, I don't know, to do the role. Whoever they got did a pretty good job, but his very sort of Matt Mercer type dour and whatever.
But thank you everyone for joining today. Thank you, Grayson, for the raid. Very sweet of you.
Thank you so much. It's lovely to have you all. I hope you enjoyed it. But yeah, it's like 11 p.m. for me. I'm thinking heading off.
Today there doesn't seem to be anyone.
There will be, but I'm not good at raiding unknown channels. I don't feel comfortable. I only really like raiding if I've already watched the streamer and I enjoyed the content.
Like you, Grayson.
And then that's how I like to go about things. Everyone's different. That's how I like to go about things. I like to watch, I like to enjoy someone's content, and then usually, unless they've raided me and I don't know them, and then I like to raid them back just out of, you know, respect and giving back. But I'm not good at just picking someone blindly, and especially when, you know, I don't really have a massive number to kind of like boost my ego or whatever. But anyway, I will definitely be doing more raids in the future, but not today. If only there was a more hour left, I might have raided Bunnytail. Anyway, whatever. All good.
All good.
It is what it is. We'll do it some other day.
But yeah.
I'm gonna try and find some time to get back to this point. You know, might even do it in bed or whatever, I don't know. Because I'll take the Switch with me. And try to get back to this point. The next time I stream will be the beginning of the Mystery Labyrinth. Whenever that is. And I'll also try and correlate between how many... Because I also want to know... I can't even look at the Gumshoe Gab right now. That's annoying. The Gumshoe Gab will tell us how many shards we have, because that's what that unlocks. There are collectibles in this game, like I say, and there are definitely some collectibles I collected in between the time before this, save file before this, and maybe I can go load the autosave. I load the autosave. This one should be good. But then next stream we'll be doing that Mystery Labyrinth, and that will probably be the whole stream.
We could also, to be fair, we want to keep going a little bit. We could also watch the ones that I've acquired. Oh, that was the one. I can't press anything right now. You can probably hear me pressing the controller. I'm not good at audio balancing. Otherwise, when I try to use noise gate, it cuts me off and not stuff I want to cut off. Things like that. Yeah. That's not good. Oh well. It's fine. Yeah, we have this one. Load this one. And that would be the stuff we've done today. And I haven't acquired anything since then. And then we can look at that. Okay. Let's load this one. Yeah. You see how there were two Vivia files? The file above is just before. Thank God I did this. I always love using more than one save file. But man, that's a habit that's really saved my neck here. Without that, I wouldn't be able to try and finish that request that I thought I'd finished. And recover that situation. But now we can load this save file, and I can go to the Gumshoe Gab, and I can also make a sort of a little bit of a list as to what ones we've acquired. Because I don't think I acquired any today, but I acquired some yesterday. And then notice that difference to now. One is literally in this room, but I already acquired it. This is where we started today. Go to the Gumshoe Gab. You see here? I have 3. Where's the third one here? So yeah, we can watch these. They're kind of like Fire Emblem. You know about Fire Emblem and like the little cutscenes you get in Fire Emblem? The bonus cutscenes that you can get? The character story stuff. Round off a little more. Good time as any. Maybe someone will be on so we can raid in the meantime.
Hey, Yuma. Can I ask you for a favor?
Huh? What is it?
How do I put this?
Why the hesitancy? That's not like you, Chief.
Right. We're pals after all.
What's that?
Then I'll say it. Well,
Will you lend me some money?
Lend me some money?
No.
Huh? Why? You said we're pals!
Does that mean the other?
I did, but I don't have any money. You can't draw blood from a stone.
You can if you bash it.
I heard kids these days have lots in savings.
Maybe your own blood.
Why do you even need any money? You should have more than I do.
Well, I've been drinking more recently, so
have I.
Living
It's called
expenses
flavored
have
water.
stretched thin.
Isn't that your own fault then?
Yeah.
Sheesh. My employees are so heartless. I wish some super profitable job would fall into my lap. If only I had a master detective's abilities, I could easily make some cash.
Most profitable
Yeah,
jobs are
I feel the same
really
way.
obnoxious.
A master detective could make a ton of money if they use their powers for profit.
Right? I wonder why
Even
these
though I
guys
wish this would be
work
my
as
job.
detectives.
I'm really glad to be out of that.
I don't understand it one bit.
I didn't like school.
Speaking
life
of,
that much.
you've
I
met a
didn't like
bunch
having
of
to get
master
up early in the
detectives,
morning,
haven't you, Chief?
Spend 8 odd hours.
Hmm? Yeah, I sure have.
Not my style.
Have you seen any particularly
I look at
amazing
this as like
abilities?
working at home.
I'm curious
And
about
not just
what
the
other kinds
streaming,
of
but
master
the video
detectives
work
are
and
out there.
YouTube
Amazing abilities, huh? Well, to me, they were all
Of course.
amazing, since
I
I
don't
don't have any myself.
different.
But among them all, the one that really freaked me out was the ability to hear the culprit's
Just the fact that
inner
I don't have
voice.
to do that horrid stuff anymore.
Huh? Wouldn't that make them unstoppable as a detective?
Yeah, it's considered the all-time ace up the WDO sleeve. Seeing it with my own eyes sure made me feel depressed. Can I really call myself a detective when there's a monster like that doing this job?
You're right. It makes me feel unsure myself. In fact, it brings me down whenever I compare myself to everyone here.
There's no point in developing an inferiority complex just because you don't have any abilities. People just gotta play with the cards they're dealt. Even if you're dealt a terrible hand, sometimes, just sometimes, you can manifest the power of the Joker card.
You definitely have
But
to
having no forte is like not even being
be
dealt a
grounded
hand.
enough to know what hand you're dealt.
That's not true.
Make the
There's
most of it.
stuff you can do because
This is
you
why I
don't.
like my, I'm glad you guys like it too.
that
my,
really true?
Raid message, because that in effect
Yeah,
is
trust my
exactly
many
that.
years of
Looking at the hand I'm
experience.
dealt, I'm like,
I'm
oh.
sure of it.
Well, do you have an example?
I can at least see the positives.
I think it's better you figure it out for yourself. Yeah? What do you think?
Think about it. What can you do without any abilities?
Lots of things aren't particularly useful. Slow and steady investigation. I know how regular people feel. Nothing comes to mind. Slow and steady investigation. That's, I would say, the right answer.
Slow and steady investigation? I can take my time doing the legwork.
That is something you can do without abilities, but it's also something you could do if you had them.
You're right. Then, is there anything I can do because I don't have abilities?
I don't like the third one because that almost
I
requires an
know
ability.
how regular people feel?
No, because that
Yeah,
requires an ability
that's
of
it.
understanding others.
Although, if you had the ability to read minds,
Exactly,
you could understand people's feelings and use it for information.
And then you wouldn't be regular anymore.
But you'd never be able to join them among the have-nots. To be the same as the vast majority of people is a powerful tool for a detective. That's why there's no need to feel down, even if you don't have any special powers.
Right, I'll keep that in mind.
Weird way of going about that.
Chief, sometimes you say some really profound things.
What he's saying is
Sometimes?
basically
What's that supposed to mean?
you can kind of cross-eliminate who could possibly have done a murder because if you don't feel like them, it could
Master,
only be a
you and
handful of
Yako
people.
seem to have grown even closer together.
This is very weird. But yeah. There's a whole bunch of ones like that. They're usually in that room. Supposed to be in the detective agency. The submarine. Now for a long loading screen with none of those cool little description stuff. I don't know why they don't have description stuff in this one. That's unfortunate. I'd appreciate that. Even though, I guess it's because, again, I said one of the cool things, I'm using my detective brain now, about the loading screen that has all the blurbs is that they're chapter specific. But of course, aside from when and where you can get the shards that allow you to unlock these aren't really chapter specific. So because they're not chapter specific, the whole idea of having the just writing this down, the chapter specific blurbs doesn't apply, I guess. I still would have appreciated them, even if it had just a pool of generic ones that are either about stuff prior to the whole start of the game or just a generic idea concept of the overall world. Flavor of Hilarious Candy. Oh, so they have it here, but not in the return one. That's weird. Depends on the mood. The worse the mood, the sweeter the taste. The better mood, the lighter the taste. They do have them. They didn't.
This is medicine for the soul.
What are you doing, Halara?
I could ask you the same thing.
The chief asked me to do some shopping. I just happened to see you, Halara. Why are you staring at cat pictures in the dark?
You were watching?
Wow, you really were looking at cat photos.
That was a bluff? You of all people?
He's learning from you.
No.
It was just educated.
I
Yeah.
have seen you looking at cat photos before. Do you own a cat or something?
Did you used to in some memory? Looks like it is.
No, this is just a photo of a cute cat.
Okay.
I find it calming, so I carry it with me.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
What?
I prefer dogs.
You look like you have something to say.
No, it's
I
nothing
like how he
like
likes
that.
to talk
I'm
about
just happy to see a human
guard
side
dogs,
of you.
guide dogs, sniffer dogs,
didn't
even
expect
hunting
you
dogs,
to be a
shepherd
cat
dogs.
lover.
That's
And
not surprising.
while
I know
cats certainly
full well it
can be
doesn't fit
loving,
my image, so
generally
I hide
speaking,
my
generally
affection for
speaking,
cats.
we are talking generally since we're only taking
I hope you
species.
understand you are not to tell anyone
and not
about
individual
this.
pets, which might be right. Dogs are far more, yes, dependent, but by
why do
equal
you
measure,
like cats so
loving,
much?
loyal, and
It's
you know,
none of your concern.
compassion. Like
But
they share
you
with
don't
you.
want me to
They are
tell
loyal
anyone,
to you. They want your
right?
attention. More than no cats.
Is that a
mostly,
threat?
Usually, maybe.
You're really
Again, it's
threatening me?
obviously very. Whereas cats
No,
often
that's
are
not what I
regarded
meant.
as more independent and not requiring as much care. But by
You've
equal
grown
measure,
braver since
not
the
as
day I
loving.
met you.
Usually.
The reason
Now,
why
of course,
I
I
like
don't mean like
cats
you can't have a great
isn't
cat.
a simple subject.
But generally speaking,
What do you think is the best thing
and
about
even like
cats?
psychological tests on the dog's brain,
Huh?
like how
The best thing?
inherently loving they usually are. And I used to have, my family used to have a dog. Best thing about cats, their freedom, probably.
How
AKA something that
free
isn't
they
really
are?
about being a pet.
It's true that cats are free to do as they please.
Well, rather, they're
Cats
carefree
behave freely
and
with
don't care so
elegance.
much.
You could say they embody freedom.
They do, yeah.
There are some who would call them selfish, but those words don't
Of
hold
course,
weight.
it's criticism, and you don't like it.
Those who criticize cats are nothing but marionettes shaped like humans.
Yeah, you get upset. Yeah.
I see.
She wouldn't like me.
But the freedom-loving nature of cats being their most charming quality is still debatable.
For me, dogs are far better and far more useful in
Never
society.
seen Halara
Like I said, all
contemplate
those
something so
roles,
seriously.
blind people able to trust their lives crossing the
what's the
street
best
because
thing
of what?
about
Because of a dog.
cats?
You know?
Their most charming quality. It's hard to choose.
You don't get a cat doing that. Cat can't do that. Don't want to do that.
Yes, exactly.
What? It's nothing?
There is no way to determine a cat's single greatest trait. The elements that comprise cats, the information they emit,
But
all are
I'm a dog.
equally valuable.
I see.
Moreover,
You can have
I
great
can
cats.
list
Many people
every
have great
charming quality cats have and
Many people
discuss
love
them
cats,
in
but-
extreme detail.
I'm also allergic to cats.
Let's
And I only
begin
found
the
out
obvious
because one
topics.
scratched me when
For
I was trying to be
example, their
compassionate,
fragrance.
aka wanted to pet it.
This
I wanted to
is
pet
bad.
a friend's
It's
cat
going
and
into
like in
super
their place.
obsessive
It
territory.
scratched me in the face, and then my face
Maybe
blew up.
Halara is happy to finally talk to
Which,
someone
while
about
that's a
cats.
traumatic
Since this
experience
side
or
is
whatever, it
usually
wasn't that traumatic, but it certainly wasn't pleasant.
You need to stop this soon, otherwise
It's just, you know, it's more indicative that, yeah, cats want to be left alone.
If you like cats
They
so much,
don't want
have you ever
the
wanted to
company.
own one yourself?
Kind of is antithesis to
That's
being a pet. But that doesn't mean they're all bad, or not wanting one.
Huh?
Or not
What's wrong?
Obviously, there's
I'm
There's a
allergic to
stereotyping.
cats.
You're allergic to cats, so am I. Why do you love them? What the fuck?
For some reason, whenever I touch a cat, my skin becomes itchy.
This is the second time. This happened in Atelier too. Atelier has a character. Atelier Rise of Free has a character. He's allergic to cats but loves them.
I see.
I find that very strange.
It's a shame Halara is allergic to cats. To think a master detective has this sort of weakness, I can't help but feel sympathetic.
But I mean, yeah. In terms of roles in society, dogs have plenty and are trusted by all manner of very serious professions. Sniffer dogs for, like, you know, getting out drugs and finding criminals. Guard dogs for different kinds of criminals. You know, like, serious damn jobs. Protecting blind people, guide dogs, shepherd dogs, which is perhaps less significant, but still. To me, it's black and white. For the most part. Not saying that cats can't be valued, treasured pets and can't be good pets, but to me, they could never be as wonderful as dogs. I know we all differ. There's that. But yeah. Then again, Halara isn't exactly my favorite character anyway, so it doesn't matter. 134 again. Is it because I missed in chapter 2? Why is the second one always the one that I'm missing? Were they all like in chapter 2 and I just didn't get them? I don't know. Let me write that again. I'm just collating this as like... Ah! No! Oh. That was back there. Yeah, because it's just total. It doesn't have to be in order that you get. Just that the amount that you got them. But I was picking the wrong one there. Because they are in order, presumably. My family used to have a Samiad. We had him for 12 years. He was like a brother to me. He was really loving. I'll never forget our Samiad. They're beautiful pets. Both of them. I have a lot of love for that.
Such an over-exaggerated sigh. What's wrong?
Practicing? Like, trying to be somebody else? Trying to copy their behavior?
Jeez. Why did you have to be a dude?
Huh? That was unexpected.
He's in acting.
I had such high hopes, you know.
He's trying to,
When the chief said he was bringing one more in,
craft.
I was hoping for a bright young cutie. And as she saw my incredible heroic feats, little by little, we'd fall in love.
Or maybe he's just trying to act out what he wants to
Blossom
say
into
to
a
Rima.
secret inter-office romance. Oh, nice and sexy. But instead, the chief brought in some dirty kid with amnesia. All my high hopes were for nothing.
You're pretty much a little kid yourself.
Okay,
Tetsuhiko, you have no one to blame but yourself for that.
Really?
What? As a dude, anyone would have some hope. That's how dudes
His circumstance isn't
are.
exactly
It's as
entirely
common
his
as
fault.
not washing your hands after using the bathroom.
But I wash my hands.
Ugh. I hate this. You toyed with my innocent heart.
Huh? Wait,
He-
you're
no, that's
seriously
good.
sulking about this?
Why
Yes,
would I
now
not
that's-
be serious about this?
I understand he wants
Dead
to
serious in my
be
sulking.
I sympathize.
This is a bit much.
Saying that the Yuma
thought he
toyed
was
with
half
his heart?
joking. I didn't think he was completely serious.
He was still pretty vicious
He'll be a
about it.
pain in the ass if he
It's
keeps
all
on
your
like
fault.
this. Maybe you should do something to cheer him up.
Huh? Let's go to the school.
What should I do?
Let's take a trip to Isperia Academy. How about I cook something? Apparently, we've already seen that he's terrible at being a cook. I don't think workplace relationships are a good idea. Man, I've seen plenty workplace relationships work just. It's just another fucking use. Just more gatekeeping. It's incredible how much gatekeeping. Disgusting. How about me? And from Yuma, why would Yuma be gatekeeping anybody anyway? How about me? I just like this for the laughs. He's bad cooking.
How about I cook something up for you?
Are you kidding? The chief warned me already. Your cooking is absolutely terrible. He said raw garbage tastes 100 times better.
Wow. You tried raw garbage?
Oh, he said that, huh? Well, in that case... You know, I don't think it's a good idea to get into a relationship with
We
someone
have to go
from
down
work
this
to
fucking
begin
road,
with.
even though that's complete bullshit and just
What?
gatekeep?
Come on, get off your
Because
high horse
plenty of them
already.
work?
Well, dating in the workplace is one thing, but I also think you're not fit to be in any relationship.
What? No one knows how girls
It's
think better
gatekeeping,
than me.
gatekeeping, more fucking gatekeeping the whole bloody
You
time.
know how much I think about girls every single day.
And the only reason why he does that is
not
because
what
he's
I
so
meant.
thirsty. Why is he thirsty? Because he's been
Tetsuhiko, I
parched
don't
his
know if
entire
a
freaking
ladies'
life.
man like yourself could remain in a relationship with just
If you're
one
parched,
girl.
you're thirsty. That's how that
So
works.
I figured you should refrain from that
Oh,
stuff,
it's
you
so
know?
frustrating. Yeah, just try and do your own thing and be your own
Considering how
guy, and they'll just
attractive
fall in
you
your
are,
lap,
I'm sure
like they
you're
always
better
love
off
to
having
say,
lots
which is
of
complete
fans.
bullshit.
I think it fits you way better anyway.
I don't like how Yuma's one saying this stuff because I would never believe Yuma would say this stuff.
Did it work?
Yeah, I see. Now that you mention it, maybe you're right.
About what?
I'm not that kind of guy, but I totally get that you'd see me that way. You know what? You're a good kid. Hey, let me know if the others pick on you. I'll come to your rescue.
He's cute.
Sure, thanks. Oh, I guess we sorted that out. But I wonder if I can really get along with
Yes, you can get along a lot better than fucking Vivia.
Master, you and Tetsuhiko seem to have grown closer.
Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, there's quite a few. But again, why is this loading screen not like the others? That's so strange. Why doesn't this one have the cool little blurbs? Make no sense. Literally, the one that enters it, you do, and then the one you exit out of it doesn't. What? Gab with Tetsuhiko some more. So we have Gab stuff that we collect collectibles for each of the 5 other main members. Yako Furio, Halara Nightmare, Tetsuhiko Thunderbolt, Ibuki Clockford, and Vivia Twilight.
I'm back! Huh? Are you here alone, Chief?
This is Tetsuhiko using his ability.
Yeah, Halara and Tetsuhiko were here a bit ago.
No, you're Tetsuhiko using
When I got here, they just up and left. I'm sure they're gambling again. Never mind them. Yuma?
The end of the conversation.
Yes? What is it?
What do you think of Tetsuhiko?
Yeah.
Hmm? Why do you ask?
No reason. I'm curious about what you think of him.
And at the end, he's going to show that he's actually.
It's no big deal or anything.
And you even
Just
like
want to
music.
know.
Why would you even wonder about it?
Don't sweat the details. Just tell me what you think of Desuhiko.
What I think of Desuhiko?
This is the closest.
I think he's been a great mentor to me here at the agency. He's easy to talk to.
We're supposed to
and he's
dislike
considerate
Desuhiko
in
because
subtle ways.
he's a creep.
He's
He's
rather
a
kind-hearted
pervert.
too.
These fucking derogatory words
I
that are
see.
also hypocritical that
What else?
prudes like to throw around.
His reaction.
It's disgusting.
Now I know for sure. You're Desuhiko, aren't you?
Huh? You knew?
Close.
That's no fun at all.
Huh?
I knew it.
Oh, he's just trying to use his skill to get some information.
You're pretty good at seeing through my disguise.
Well, you need to play better as.
I wouldn't have known if you hadn't given yourself away.
Yeah.
But why are you in disguise anyway?
Try and get information off you.
You still don't realize it? I was testing you.
Testing?
That's a test to see if you're worthy of being my apprentice.
An apprentice? My master?
Concluding this impartial
If it's about
examination.
disguises, quite possible.
Congratulations, you've passed! Feel free to weep with joy. I'll be taking you under my wing.
Huh? But I didn't... Why do you want me to be your apprentice?
There's only one reason. It'll make me look more like a star. In fact, it's a requirement for stardom.
It is?
Yep, there's no mistake about it. Anyway, from here on out, I need you to work hard.
Desuhiko's apprentice. I don't get how that makes him look like a star, but I suppose it
I
wouldn't
feel
be
like it's
all
more like
that
he wants a
bad.
wingman.
It could be educational for me to learn from a detective firsthand. It might even help me remember my powers.
You have powers. Oh, that's
You actually want to do this?
All right, I don't mind being your apprentice, Desuhiko.
Yay!
It'll help me learn how to be a detective too.
Huh?
Brothers and
You
all.
thought I meant it as a detective thing?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Girls.
I was gonna train you to become a star.
No.
Not the ABCs of being a detective, but how to ooze charisma and charm. Stuff like that. Give it 6 months. With my training, you'll shine half as bright as me.
That is fairly narcissistic.
If that's the case, I think I'll pass.
Huh? You sure? You'll never get another chance like this.
Yeah, but I think it's too good for me.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, okay then.
Master, you and Desuhiko seem to have grown even closer.
Yeah. Desuhiko's far from perfect. He is fairly narcissistic and all. But I like him. I feel I can vibe with him more than some other characters. And I sympathize with him. He needs help. You know, I empathize with that. He's a good guy. He's a good bro. Even in spite of his, you know, difficulties. Again, this is a long ass loading screen. Holy hell. Again, nobody. You're 50 minutes away.
Desuhiko took me to a rooftop,
Being so high up feels fantastic. Makes you feel alive.
So, why'd you call me up here?
But didn't I tell you why?
No, you told me to shut up and follow along.
Sorry about that.
Maybe
I
I'll
totally
choose
forgot.
Alright.
I love the view from here, so I wanted to share it
My
with
friend
you, my
Pavel's
man.
been streaming lately. That's pretty cool, but he doesn't.
The view? Well, I guess it's not so bad, but it isn't exactly exciting either.
Yeah, it's not the best view in the world or anything.
Funny Tales is probably the best bet, but that's
The
like
reason why I
15
love it up here is because it helps me envision my mission of becoming a star.
Your mission?
Don't know how much I should push that.
Yep. It's to completely capture the hearts of all the people I can see from here. If I can't charm them all, then who am I to say I'm a star, you know?
I suppose that's normal to expect from a star, yeah?
Totally. A real star could charm 100 or even 1,000 times more people.
Speaking of which, I've been wondering, why do you want to be both a star and a detective at the same time?
Huh? Where did that come from?
Well, I figured detective work is done in the shadows, but a star kinda has to stand out and shine. I just thought it's a weird combination.
I see. Well, I was planning on writing about it in my autobiography. But
I think it'll be
why
cool.
not? I'll let you in on a little secret, my man.
I don't even think we have enough.
I have the feeling he was
Get
itching to talk about it.
So, the reason why I'm both a detective and a star. I should start with why I became a detective in the first place. Here's why. I had the talent for it.
Huh? That's rather short.
Yep, I've been handy since I was a kid. I was especially good at disguising myself. When I realized I'd make a good detective, it was smooth sailing from there.
You love the music.
But you didn't learn how to disguise yourself in school.
That's
How did
usual
you know
method.
you were good at it?
You might not believe it, but I was a pretty gloomy kid with some real self-esteem issues.
What, you? Really?
Yes.
I always wanted to become someone else, so I started making disguises. Though I figured I had the talent for it, I was surprised to see how well it went.
You as a gloomy kid? I can't even imagine it.
And I
Why
say
can't you?
that,
Like I
but
said, he needs
it
help.
was honestly just the angst
He wants
of
love,
growing up,
and everyone
that sort of
always
stuff.
rejects him and calls him a freaking pervert.
It's not like I had a
Of
terrible
course.
past or anything, so don't worry about it.
I get why you became a detective, but why do you also want to be a star?
Well, this all started while I was still training at the WDO. I was undercover as the singer of a band at a concert. At the time, I wasn't interested in becoming a star or anything, but when I stood on stage, it was
What? What?
Huh? What's wrong?
amazing! Oh, it felt so good!
Oh.
Oh, you weren't done.
On that
You
day,
wanted to be done.
I
How did?
decided to become a star. So I thought, next time, it'll be my own skills that get me up here.
Well, he's free to dream whatever he wants.
Unfortunately,
But you didn't quit being a
doesn't seem like
detective to
anybody
chase
wants
after
to
your
help
dream of
those
becoming a
guys.
star.
Of course not. Though the idea did cross my mind. But then I realized something. There's no need to choose. I can be both. A star gets everything he wants out of life.
That's a very Desuhiko thing to say.
What?
wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I was getting barely any sleep, training as a star and working as a detective at the same time.
What kind of training?
You know, the usual. Singing, dancing, and... Anyway, my man, what do you think is most important about being a star?
Oh, here comes the question.
Huh? What the heck is he talking about now?
If you're paying attention.
I wonder what it could be.
He's wanting to be a star detective is like. What's most important for a star? Yeah, absolutely.
Luck, maybe?
Absolutely.
You're right, in a way. No matter how much talent you've got, you need luck to become a star. But a real star is charming enough to overcome bad luck.
No. No, they're not.
Looks like that was the wrong answer.
No, it wasn't.
What else would a star need? Your aura?
It's basically the same
Nice,
freaking
you
thing
get
from a
it?
different perspective. What defines
A
aura?
real star is enveloped by a
The
special
luck
aura
that people
all
appreciate
day,
what you
every
do.
day.
It's just another form
Anyone
of
can
luck.
tell from just a glance.
Entertaining.
That's why I was willing to sacrifice my sleep to
Buzzword.
develop
It's
that
a buzzword way of saying luck.
Training to develop an aura?
Your aura's got nothing to do with your
something out
hard
of a
work, your
comic book.
tenacity, your punctuality, your
Day after day, I train as
dedication,
both a
your
detective and a star.
loyalty,
Looking back
anything.
Yeah, it sure
You know,
was
it's
tough.
even skill. It's
But
just your
thanks to
aura.
that,
Aura
I've
is a
become
garbage
superstar detective.
buzzword for
All that's left is for the world to realize my charm.
It's like entertainment.
I see.
Hey, what's with that reaction? After everything I've shared, nothing.
It's not as though I'm uninterested or anything.
You
was
somehow
honestly
lack
impressed.
any form of sympathy.
Huh?
I was impressed. What? Thanks to that, thanks to that, I've become a superstar detective. All that's left is for the world to realize my charm. Yeah, good luck.
If I had two things I wanted to be, I would have to give up on one of them. I think you're cool for not giving up on either of them, Desahiko.
Really? Yeah, I knew it. That's the reaction I was expecting. All right. If that's the case, you're gonna be my apprentice, right?
No.
There's currently a special promotion where I'll put 20% more effort into teaching you how to sing and dance.
I think I'll pass on that.
Master, you and Desahiko seem to have grown even closer.
Likes to say that. Alright, I'm done. I'm gonna have to get some sleep. Like midnight. I'm gonna have to see what I can do about this disjoint and get back to the Mystery Labyrinth off stream so that I finish the requests. Because requests are chapter specific. So if you don't do them in the chapter, in the previous part that I had an opportunity, then I won't be able to do them later. It's basically effectively gone, and that's to be the first one that I would have not done, and I don't want that. I'd rather clean record. So, and I've been doing more YouTube stuff, and I have a Tellurizer video ready to go, 3 ready to go this weekend. I have another video in the pipeline for next weekend. I have a couple ideas further down the line, and then I want to start actually, I think, doing videos about Civ 6. Civ 7 will come into the fray at some point. I have many different tips and tricks that I would like to share. A bunch of them I've already saved, sort of like little recordings talking about them. And I think I really want to try and move on. So, that's what's coming ahead. As far as streams, I'm thinking finishing this, playing Etrian Odyssey 2, because I got the whole collection, the Etrian Odyssey Origin. Then maybe Ghost Trick, maybe Decapolice if it comes out. I don't know, but I'm thinking like I played Etrian Odyssey 1 and I beat it. I started this and played it. Then go back to Etrian Odyssey 2, then play another game, then play Etrian Odyssey 3, then play another game, and whatever happens from there. There's all sorts of things in the pipeline. I heard recently that Gex and Croc are being remastered, which is quite nice, but I don't know